Good evening, good night, good morning, good afternoon, worldwide. Renegade there. Yeah, man, Renegade when afraid. No tabloid on here, so. All right, people, this yesterday show ya. Make sure everybody in your house will watch this show. Yeah? Because Andrew Holness, may I show you how the man lying up. May give him time to cover himself. On this no new taxes. Remember, we say it and I'm show it on paper. And the man I know say, my arms up with the video. The videos, not one. But my arms up with the videos to show you the amount of money and the taxes. And when the opposition rise up against them, they shall get up to what them talk, what them want to talk, them do too much thing. And when them really come and take off something, them are go around and Andrew, see one. I'm going to play Andrew, I'm going to start the show today. I show you Andrew Holness. I said no new taxes. 10 budget. No new taxes. That is lie. Andrew, me give you all the time in the world for retract. And tell the people them say you're sorry, not no go so. But you continue to push them. I started with you. Yeah? People, you see, because them things is an idea wonder. You come away pan a day, I know, no election. If you run it, me show him the paper, but I show him when it really go on. With everything. I remember now one video I show you. I show you several videos. With the taxes. I may show you what them do and how they maintain keeping and do all of these taxes straight. Me I give him a chance to back off and tell the people say make a mistake. I'm the lightest man in the world, but you know it's a mistake. No, him double down. Him double down. I mean I watch him and I watch him and I know where can me see him come out again, you know. Him run out pan this and see me have him right as I look pan him. And the man has said 10. You hear him tell Uno, say PMP put on $30 billion Portia Simpson administration from 2013 to 2015 or 16 when they come out. $30 billion new taxes. Oh, and them, from them coming, not you know, Pierre said them give back money. No, me I tell you, say I lie them I tell you. Me not tell you, I show and remind you. See? I'm a tough fact, you have an uproar in a Jamaica. Uproar. In a Jamaica. But you see some people, their mind, you know, sometimes them easy forgot things. And that make Andrew Holness run out with lies. They give him a chance, you know, people. But him, you can't. I remember me not do tabloid. Me not do tabloid. Andrew, you see this is your last straw. You see a man run out when Peter Phillips talk to you and asks about your deals and how you make your money. You run out and ask if him having a Finsack home. And you know from heaven to earth, you're living in a Finsack home. So till they build that, hey brother, you're dangerous. You're dangerous. Missy Uwi Mattress, because I write name that in the matter, go ask them up a Uwi when she spread out. Uwi Mattress. This is she run out. I run out pan Sir Markie G. But she run go. I say, you know, Mark Golden can walk in a Andrew Holness. Andrew Holness is a criminal shoes. Mark Golden David honesty. And she was talking about Finsack. You know, she will drop out. Finsack. When I have the report, release it. Release it. Yeah? And yeah, I remember, you know, Holness as an individual go by house. Mark Golden them run company with people like leeching them on NCB, but and him there to the run it, don't it? Mark Golden run company, real company too. Not a criminal company. Remember the one I phone a friend you're talking, you know. I remember Neil, you know. Neil, where they run Andrew Holness, the one go tell, him does get 600 million, 700 million from nearly 700 million from Andrew. From NHT. These are the another listen. You want to know where him and Neil come from? Me can't talk, you know. Me alone for him say it. Who is Neil? Ask him, go look for Neil file overseas. And look for when them and Neil are power and when Neil do. Yes? I mean, I see if you catch Neil and put him and make him declare for him asset too, or him come both him asset. We're power with Andrew Holness. Yes? These are the worst set of nastiness me ever see. But this show, I go blow him out of the world. People, the one I know is that show ya When we make sure Andrew it. And show him say, you see the man in the wilderness, I give time for retract. But no, you double down. And you lie. So I'm going to show you when them raise how much different taxes on the people them. And even Mama P talk to them about it, you know. When them do for back off and declare the property taxes, it's still high them what people. And them set it at it raise every year. Automatically. Them dangerous. Just let me tell you, say I can't believe in them, you know. Democracies. So I deal with Malawi, but I deal with the taxes thing at first. And I put Andrew at the first one I put up there. Andrew Holness. Andrew Holness not every Pansy scheme. You know, this man, I don't know how what have him here so about him a prime minister. That's a bullshit. And you forget away, man. You understand? Then the last thing I want to show now. The ice upon the cake come here and laugh. Then put up Mummy Return. Favor. But she go. She talk about Probax, Mali. Remember, you know, I opened the ear, she talk about Probax. Early down the last year, early this year. Now she says, Manica, anti-favor, me save and buy Probax. So the $2,000 could have saved already and buy a Probax. You know, say I must a cartoon carry. She alone so dumb. I see them a carry pan. That's why she alone couldn't go pan debate, man. This Jamaica have the finance minister, you know. This is the worst thing we ever say. She have a finance minister. Yeah. You understand? She have a finance minister. So me go up here. Let me start my show. Let me start this show right now. Watch Andrew Holness. We get a chance for weekend and come tell the people, say, you tell them lie. But you double down. And I tell them, say, the PNP raise taxes. Let me show you how this thing really go. Let me start the show.
We in lump sum, we a beat it till the hammer burn. We now make them get in on them and again. None of them boy, we none of them. We in lump sum, we a beat it till the hammer burn. We now make them get in on them and again. None of them boy, we none of them. We alone some rise up the bomber dude.
I'm not up, not a Judas, them a backstabber. I'm my wife, anti-straight beauty and glamour. No guy can walk to name me with no dagger. Make the heart of Mandela, but the mind of a Zama in the mold. Like a bull man, we send us the jammer. Lyrically inclined, be a metaphor, so no listen to lyrics line to line. Become a lyrical fighter, put up in the rhythm, deal with some more hole in a hater. Lyrically inclined.
All right, so watch me now. So Andrew Holness still double down. I go on and tell people, say, them not no new taxes. 10 budget, not my word. So we're going to start playing from now. I want to watch them here keenly. Everybody in Jamaica for watch this. Yeah? That man, he may get way too much line now. If you wipe out. Watch this. This is Andrew Holness.
Has now put in place 10 budgets. And in those budgets, we have not placed any new taxes on the people of Jamaica. We have not placed any new taxes on the people of Jamaica. The PNP, between 2012 and 2015 would have introduced new taxes on the people of Jamaica, amounting to somewhere in the region of $36 billion of new taxes on the people of Jamaica.
We don't hear this, you know. So, in the 10 budget from 2016, so 10, 2016, 17, 17, 18, 18, 19, 19, 20, 20, 21, 21, 22, 22, 23, 23, 24, 24, 25, 25, 26, 10. Not even one new taxes. Remember that come from female. This is the lightest man that ever walked the face of the earth. Yeah? Me tell him, me give him a time for recap. Retract. And come tell the people and repent and say you're too lie and them things. No. You hear when they say, eh? The PNP, him say, him not do no new taxes. My play back before me start him.
Over their term. $36 billion.
36.
Meaning that the government of the PNP reached into your pocket and took out money from you. Since this administration has been in government, we have raised the income tax threshold. We raised it to 1.5, almost doubling it.
Remember I'm saying raise the income tax threshold. And me I tell you right now. So when you got 3,000 Mark Jefferson Golden 2 years ago, tell them up front in the conference, in a 85th conference, him tell them to raise it. Remember me I show you that too, you know. Me I remind you. You see what I'm doing, you know, them just copy and then take the credit. But me like have me data for sure, no? Yeah? This guy for runway. Never show you that too. Continue.
And that meant that we gave back approximately $28 billion to the people of Jamaica. So the PMP went into your pocket and took out about $34 billion in taxes. We put back into your pocket about $28 billion in taxes by raising the threshold to 1.5. We raised the income tax threshold once more from 1.5 to 1.7, essentially putting back another $9 billion into your pocket. We didn't stop there. Yes. We executed a program, the first in the history of Jamaica, and that program was called the Reverse Income Tax Credit.
So that's not credit nothing. That is looking for a vote for the youth there. When name Dranko Jackie, Tompa Dranko, Mattress Amuda. Where before Nigel Carcono. Remember September around them time, make we give more people to get the money. This a lie again. But Mama continue.
Some of you here would have gotten it. $20,000 paid to 346,000 Jamaicans. Right. Money in your bank account. Nice. Yes, this government did that.
A matter of fact, they don't have so much public sector worker. They don't have so much, they have over 110, 120,000 the most. Yeah? They put up money back in a 340,000 people pocket. Yeah? If you self-employed now, we get it now, they have fair work. And I tell you, so we talk about crap. Him do have 300 private public sector worker. Yes? And the private sector one them in the business kind of man that say them work and sign for something or get nothing. Anyway, we could deal with that. But we could deal with this. This is the first one me I drop. Remember, in the raise no taxes. 10 but let me play about this first. Then we start drop video. Watch that.
Has now put in place 10 budgets.
10 budgets.
And in those budgets, we have not placed any new taxes.
Any new taxes
on the people of Jamaica. No, we have not placed any new taxes on the people of Jamaica. Okay. The PNP between 2012 and 2015 would have introduced new taxes on the people of Jamaica.
So I'm tell you now. You ask him about the new taxes. So them raise taxes. But him say them introduce new taxes. All right, watch out. I'm telling you, him not do nothing at all. Watch this. First one.
Not spared The Andrew Holness administration will be taking from Jamaicans as the government hunts for additional funds to plug a budget deficit of approximately $27.4 billion. On Thursday, Finance Minister Audley Shaw opened the 2017-2018 budget debate in Gordon House, but he was singing a tune most Jamaicans didn't want to hear, an array of new taxes. Mr. Shaw announced a $13.5 billion.
Hold on, so when said him not do no new taxes, he must attack. Which one of them him attack? Just go and watch. Hold on, go and watch. Let me just play it back, make him hear again. I'm not done yet. Let us start.
Not spared. The Andrew Holness administration will be taking from Jamaicans as the government hunts for additional funds to plug a budget deficit of approximately $27.4 billion. On Thursday, Finance Minister Audley Shaw opened the 2017-2018 budget debate in Gordon House, but he was singing a tune most Jamaicans didn't want to hear, an array of new taxes. Mr. Shaw announced a $13.5 billion tax package. The revenue measures are needed to replace the over $14 billion the government lost by giving a tax break to PAYE workers who earn up to $1.5 million annually. So where will the additional monies come from? The government's tax revenue measures include a special consumption tax on gasoline that will take effect on March 15. The government will also be taxing alcoholic beverages, which will yield $0.403 billion and takes effect on March 13. Meanwhile, the increase on gasoline ranges from 43 cents to $7.36. The new gas tax is expected to rake in approximately $7.5 billion.
Him have tax soon with gas, soon forgot. Plus you have to pay plus tax. 7.8 billion. And remember them not come off, you know. They mean they're going up more. Continue.
There will be a 16.5% GCT on group health insurance. Tobacco products will also be taxed.
There will be an increase in the special consumption tax in respect of tobacco
Okay.
and tobacco products. And Mr. Speaker, it is expected that the increase on cigarettes will lead to a revenue of $826 million.
And there's also a 20% increase on motor vehicle licenses and fees.
Una know, say, una forgot, say, we had motor vehicle license and fees too. Not my word. You see what thing raise one time? Continue.
There will be an across-the-board increase of 20% on motor vehicle licenses and allied fees. This will take effect March 13, and this will yield $464 million.
Okay.
Mr. Speaker, there will be the reimposition of withholding tax on general insurance premiums paid by Jamaican residents to non-residents at a rate of 16%. This used to be the case, and mysteriously, a couple of years ago, it was removed. So that if you're buying insurance in Jamaica, you'd have to pay DCT. And if you're buying insurance from a foreign company, this requirement was removed a couple of years ago. Well, we want fairness across the board.
In the meantime, the government is relying on revenue and grant inflows totaling $526 billion to offset its $715 billion budget for the 2017-2018 fiscal year. Tanika Thomas.
All right. That's just one. Come, me could just go down, it can't up here, you know. Continue, watch me.
Demand from the opposition People's National Party this evening as the government considers what to do about the backlash it's facing over a new property tax regime. Thousands of Jamaicans are facing big increases in property taxes after the new regime, which was announced in the budget debate. The People's National Party held
people them on the property tax then come out to every tax, him run too much taxes. Him too live. What's
the
this?
press briefing on the issue today at his Old Hope Road, St. Andrew headquarters. A PNP press briefing to make a demand. One word, rollback.
Cannot be allowed to stand.
Nothing but a full rollback will suffice.
The government now collects $6 billion a year from property taxes, says the PNP. Now it wants to add another $4 billion.
To raise the collections by 66%, by 2/3, in the course of 1 year.
The government has said people who face huge increases can appeal their land valuation, but not the whole truth, counters the opposition.
If you wish to object, you can do that within 60 days. But what the government is not telling you is that that objection must be accompanied by a payment of 75% of the assessed value. Having gone through the objection process, if it is that your objection is denied, not only do you have to pay the arrears, that is the difference between the 75% that you paid and what is owing, but you have to pay interest rate on that which is owing.
But the PNP not escaping criticism that the JLP administration is simply doing what it failed to do, to implement timely land valuations, which, by the way, the previous PNP government agreed to do as part of its pact with the IMF. But Dr. Peter Phillips argues that the PNP was aware of the effect a huge increase would have, hence this wording in a 2010 IMF document.
The authorities, meaning the government of the day, are weighing these options and are conscious of minimizing the impact on lower income groups of any tax policy change.
But what now? What would the opposition do differently? What would a PNP administration tax?
Our position is simply this, not to tell the government what to do, but to tell them that what they are doing is unacceptable. It is like asking what is the best way to commit a robbery. You know? Yeah. But what went wrong is the robbery. Yeah.
And will an opposition, which has protested tax measures in the past, do so now if there is no rollback?
We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
So the opposition, I'm not done yet, the opposition have pressured them on this. I'm going to show you how far them go. You see what different thing? So when them touch the land taxes and what them are push, something when them push unbelievable. Before Portia, when Portia leave, Portia talk about it too, you know. When I last sitting, let me show you, watch this.
This week in Jamaica Now, the swan song, Portia Simpson Miller makes her final budget contribution as opposition leader. She has thanked Jamaicans for their support and sacrifice, but bashed the government over its tax package. Yeah. Finance Minister Audley Shaw says no rollback of the new taxes. Western Hanover MP...
He might stand up and say no rollback of the new taxes. No rollback of the new taxes.
The arrest of the Tambourine Army co-founder, and NCB suspends fee for dormant accounts.
All right. So you hear this? So Mama P tell him, say no, wicked, roll it back. Him say no roll back. None. But Andrew Holness, so all you come and tell we, when we just play, you have 10 budget and not even one new taxes. Yes, me I tell you how them lie. This guy forgets report completely. This is where them attack everything where them put out is lie. The hospital, the much thing where them and them, it's like them not care. It's like them I say, yo, me no business, but just run with the lie. Because I have some little eat up on my one, because Kentucky and 5 grand, they may listen. But the real average Jamaican now listen that. Yeah? I just say the belly lick one got crave my wife that piece of shit, they may listen that. Yes? This man too lie, too bare face him to go to prison. Continue. Me not start yet, you know. Continue.
Damian Mitchell, and this is Jamaica Now. The opposition leader Portia Simpson Miller this week used her final address to the parliament as a political leader to bash the government's $13.5 billion tax package, describing it as unconscionable and cruel. Mrs. Simpson Miller said the budget undermines the principles of equality, fairness and balance, and puts unnecessary pressure on Jamaicans, and called for the rollback of the taxes.
Yeah. Some mama people before she left, you hear Peter Phillips, one of them talk, you know, you're not yet. Me line them have to play them phone now. But this man still him and the party promote say 10 budget To labor right, either them will listen to the honoring bell for a piece of chicken. No new taxes, we don't lies. Him too lie, him dangerous. I bet him going in a them talk it and them are telling no new taxes, me hear it. In a them debate. Lie, hear this.
This budget will increase the hardship on the vulnerable and bring the middle class to the brink of poverty. This budget will push small businesses to the brink of disaster. They can't take anymore.
Mrs. Simpson Miller asserted that the administration's version of prosperity is a fleeting illusion to be pursued but never attained. And before her broadside on the budget, Mrs. Simpson Miller described the occasion of her final address as bittersweet. She said her heart was overflowing with gratitude and expressed thanks to Jamaicans at home and abroad for their love and support.
Mr. Speaker, what a political life I have had. I've seen the good, the bad, the happy, and the sad. But above all, I have had an incredible journey of service to my beloved people and the country.
Mrs. Simpson Miller will step down on April 2 as opposition leader to allow for the assent of Dr. Peter Phillips. Meanwhile, the Finance Minister Audley Shaw says the government will stand by its tax package.
So him a double down, and you will listen them double down. Them stand by them have a pressure for roll off a little thing off, and not the rest of tax them, you know. But a little thing off of the land tax, where they make no sense, because they never really move enough. Because people are pressure them, you know. I'm going to show you. Continue.
Critics have argued that the taxes, especially the GCT on group health insurance and electricity, will be burdensome.
Them tax electricity. Who you hear? Electricity. You see what I'm talking about this one, not them the tax it, me show it. Me show it on them, the paper where I'm signing. No, me I show you him attack and him now back down, them double down. Make Andrew Holness go on in pulpit, go and go preach and say no more raise a tax. Pay time for them beat them with all of this. Them for run them with them to be a face and lie, man. You know, all many things documented. Hey, you know, long we give them some little time for us chill. See? Them not do it. Him still have run out of talk about 10 budget and no new taxes. You see what taxes in the calm time, electricity, the gas and everything we want to use. And that everything, remember, you know, when you tax gas, you know, when you tax the gas and everything, remember, you know, you have truck and everything I use, them diesel and them gas and them things, see? And bus and thing, everything have to go pound. So automatically, Andrew raise everything pound and that's bull crap. Because him just take on the idiot. Some little piece of shit woman, little Kentucky from him, and that's okay. And 5 grand. The man too lie. I remember we have the one of this, you know. But him just see for some, stick out the lie. Let me tell you again, Andrew. My brain work different from phone one. You see them up down themselves, them that do real journalism. You wanna get away so much things. The amount of lie you tell. You're not supposed to tell this, brother. You think where? You are your minions then. Continue.
And will cause hardships on poor Jamaicans. But Mr. Shaw says every Jamaican has a responsibility in the prosperity mission of the Andrew Holness administration.
In the case, you hear what I'm saying? Him now roll it back and everybody have one responsibility in Andrew Holness administration. Listen not my word.
The case of this group health insurance is an opportunity for the companies to see themselves playing their own part in helping to encourage further worker productivity by saying, listen, we are making here another contribution to you of $700 or $800 a month for it to preserve your health insurance, even as you are taking home more money in your pockets because of the government's policies.
You
understand? You hear this?
Andrew Northwestern MP Derek Smith says he will be available for any parliamentary vote for the passage of the 2017-18 budget next week. This would stave off a potential constitutional crisis when Mr. Shaw closes the budget debate on Wednesday. Mr. Smith has been ill for a while and is undergoing treatment in Miami, Florida. His absence would reduce the government's numbers to 31, the same as the opposition's. However, only 30 members of the government will be allowed to vote, as the Speaker, under the rules of the House, is not allowed to vote unless there is a deadlock.
So it is. So him sick. And when him sick, him can't fly. One of people are going to vote for them, you know. We know the hospital, they have to fly go foreign. When them sick, them do a foreign go out. And you have hospital, yeah, if you can't use it, that means nobody it no work right for nobody else use. Me not, hey, listen, any hospital they run me, no care who they, everybody ever can use the same hospital. This one. This is all them lie. Remember, continue, because them have a dress back, you know. Watch this. Watch this. And just still double down, said no new taxes. 10 budget from him in the none. Lie. Imatel, continue.
Again, if you're on onespotmedia.com.
A reminder as well that you can download our One Spot Media app in the Google Play Store or the App Store. That's the number 1 followed by the word spot and media.
Amidst outcry from many Jamaicans, the government has announced a reduction in property tax rates.
Not the one of them, remember, that's a reduction in the property can carry. Some of them gone all over 100%. The man them lick the people, them, you know. But Andrew, come tell we them not raise no tax, no new taxes. The one of this a lie. And the one of them have it around up and down. Every single one of them. Look here.
Finance Minister Audley Shaw outlined the rollback in Parliament today, saying that the government would give up $2.1 billion in revenues. TVJ's Andrea Chisholm was in Gordon House and filed this report.
Since the new property tax regime was announced on March 9, almost every sector was speaking out in protest.
Yeah, people, it's an uproar, everybody, but you're still. I'm just so brave and so lie. Him forgot the one of them are documented people uproar. I show some of the things. But you still, I'm just still I tell me, he said, there none at all, he never do this. Eh? Them never do this. This is all the guidelines said them not do it none at all. Whatsoever. None whatsoever. He said, PMP do it in a film thing, but him put back money in a people thing. This is all the guy wicked. You have to hold him accountable, man. Hear this.
A little over a month later, a victory of sorts. It's still based on valuations done in 2013, but the rates have fallen.
We have introduced a progressive tax regime with 8 bands ranging from a low of 0.5% to a high of 0.9%. We have retained the flat $1,000 tax on all properties valued up to $400,000. This will benefit 110,303 persons.
So if a property values $1 million, for example, the property tax rate will only apply to 600,000 of the amount. The first 400,000 will be subject to the flat tax.
So it's still at 400,000, 1,000. Then the rest, it gone back to the high rate. So it's still a pay a bag of money. Now continue showing some things. This, they have the whole Jamaica talking. You come like him forgot. And the man still a push it pan. Motor vehicle on the insure on a thing about not drive with this up. He push it pan other insurance, he put it pan electricity, he put it pan the gas, then we have so much new taxes. And the man said never raise one. I tell you this. It documented.
So how does the property tax regime announced during the budget compare to this latest announcement?
With the new rates, the average increase in taxes for residential properties will now be 10% compared with the taxes last year instead of the 60% as was announced before. For commercial properties, the average increase will be 58% compared with taxes last year, down from the 137% average increase that we had announced at the time of the budget.
For agriculture, the average increase is now 40%. But that was not enough for the opposition.
The taxes we are suffering now are born in sin and shapen in iniquity.
Property taxes, Mr. Speaker, have nothing to do with the 1.5 million threshold.
Audley Shaw argued that the government was being honest by implementing the new valuations, something the PNP administration failed to do.
It would have the PNP failed for the PNP never want to do it too hard for the people there. No, that the food they can't show you know before put you outside. Yes.
Have been unfair and burdensome and oppressive, which is why we did not implement it.
What Peter Bunting said that unfair and burdensome to them. But put out that the food that the food will come out of the soil. You know what him. Yeah.
So how does the property tax regime announced during the budget compare to this latest announcement?
With the new rates, the average increase in taxes for residential properties will now be 10% compared with the taxes last year instead of the 60% as was announced before. For commercial properties, the average increase will be 58% compared with taxes last year, down from the 137% increase, average increase that we had announced at the time of the budget.
So in my own 100 had increase. I don't care about 60, something about that 60, 100% increase. Him did announce. People are fear, hey, them dangerous, you know. Daily carry it down. They are going to pay something else and show up. So I must say them raise no taxes. Continue.
For agriculture, the average increase is now 40%. But that was not enough for the opposition.
The taxes we're suffering now are born in sin and shapen in iniquity.
Property taxes, Mr. Speaker, have nothing to do with the 1.5 million threshold.
At that. And then other thing, but them just want to tax the people them. That wasn't them promise. But Andrew still has few lie.
Audley Shaw argued that the government was being honest by implementing the new valuations, something the PNP administration failed to do.
It would have been unfair and burdensome and oppressive, which is why we did not implement it.
Not all.
PNP not see for the time. I know the IMF didn't want to no. But them, Wallet and ring out people. Continue.
Only did the then government not have the courage to implement the new land valuation.
Them not have the courage. PNP not have the courage. PNP see it as a, can remember say Holness them didn't mash up the place already, you know. And PNP them come and set it back, you know. They never want to do the people them with that when they tell certain them to sign something, the rates freeze and do something to put the country back on track. This is a labor right now good. Continue.
But we recently discovered that they also gazetted the new property tax rate without securing parliamentary approval of the new schedule.
Parliament therefore passed a law indemnifying the government against liability arising from property taxes that were collected from 2013. In the meantime, Peter Bunting, who was selected to speak for the opposition, called for public education and consultation on the new property tax regime. He also wants Parliament's Committee on Taxation to make an assessment.
At the end of the day, this Parliament should be presented with documentation that would give members a solid understanding of the economic consequences and the real burden of this taxation on different social and economic groups.
The same opposition that talk about this, Andrew come tell me, say not even one budget, no new taxes. Eh? One man can lie, so him and him team. Can't.
And Mr. Speaker, those reports must be given to us before we vote on the new taxes.
But since the government had the majority in the House, the new property tax rates were passed, retroactive to April 1. And
so then pass it. Yeah? All right. So you know what's the taxes depend it? Yeah? All right. Continue.
Good afternoon. I am Andrea Chisholm with the Midday News. The government is moving to ensure that the recent uproar over an increase in property taxes does not happen again. The finance minister announced in Parliament yesterday that plans are in train for annual increases in land valuation.
Annual increases are that them set. But if they are telling no new taxes, so I'm saying now happen again. So the uproar, so I'm doing this, they just set an annual increase. When Andrew attack and we attack too. Listen again. You hear it from his mouth. You hear it from Shah's mouth. Not my own.
Good afternoon. I am Andrea Chisholm with the Midday News. The government is moving to ensure that the recent uproar over an increase in property taxes does not happen again. The finance minister announced in Parliament yesterday that plans are in train for annual increases in land valuations.
annual increases.
The way this was done is almost a case study in how not to do good governance. It was hastily put together and it was imposed by stealth.
The opposition still criticizing the government for how the new property tax regime was handled. Following public outcry, Finance Minister Audley
Public outcry, then Holness, you forgot to hire the Prime Minister. Yeah? I have public outcry because the amount of different taxes they lick the people them with one time. The property tax, the people them are talking about the property tax. And you forgot them have public outcry for the taxes that you come and tell we now. Like everybody did have something say, you know, not even one new taxes, but you alone can lie. So when the whole of these are documented in your head, if you sit down in a parliament and pass the whole thing, it must document it, brother. TV and them things that I must pick it up, you have it, but me, you know, me like have the whole of these footage and everything. And I get a chance to, you know, retract and tell the people them say, you tell lie because you're the liest thing. No, you double down. A time for sure, say you're a clown. You're too lie, brother. Look how much time I have to catch up on your lie there, man. Look here.
Shaw told Parliament yesterday that the new property tax rates will be reduced to between 0.5 and 0.9%. It's based on new land valuations done in 2013. And since it took so long for that valuation to come into effect, government is being proactive. Changes are coming to the Land Valuation Act.
Mr. Speaker, I should also note that we also tabled a bill in January 2017 to amend the Land Valuation Act to allow for annual increases in land valuations.
Let me repeat it what I'm saying, though. That more tax, land valuation automatically get so them have to come back. When the people them so behind your back, them just take time go and erase it. Come back again, listen again, not my word. Listen.
So long for that valuation to come into effect, government is being proactive. Changes are coming to the Land Valuation Act.
Mr. Speaker, I should also note that we also tabled a bill in January 2017 to amend the Land Valuation Act to allow for annual increases in land valuations based on an index such as the Annual Consumer Price Index in the intervening years between full valuations. We intend to debate this bill shortly.
That change, he says, is long overdue, and there are benefits.
This will reduce significantly the risk of new land valuations resulting in high changes in values in any 1 year.
In any 1 year. So every year they value and then just bring up on a charge with them a charge right now. I saw them make money, I'm gonna show you. Them two lie, man. See, and the money they put them raising it over there, no more money. For the electricity and everything and do it. Him, the promise in 2015-16, him will come and carry the energy plant and make it go down. Him raise money for the electricity. It's there, them attack it themselves. Continue.
And in turn, it will provide a more gradual change in property taxes each year for which Jamaican citizens can better plan.
In the meantime, the authorities say more emphasis will be placed on tax compliance. For those who are unable to pay their property taxes, they can apply to the Special Relief Committee. Yes. Minister Shaw says that committee will be revamped as the government has no intention of taking away the properties of those who are unable to pay. And even though the property tax rates have been reduced, the opposition says it is still burdensome. Using residents and businesses in the New Kingston area as an example, Opposition Member of Parliament Julian Robinson expressed concerns.
Even after the reduction that the minister has announced, these property owners are going to face increases to the tune of 200% to 300% and upwards. Now, these property owners are not going to absorb these increases because they are primarily businesses and they are going to be passed on to the consumer. However, even accepting that, no business prepares to accommodate an increase of 200–300% in a single year.
He's urging the government to consider residents who live near commercial properties. With concerns about low salaries and compensation packages in the public sector, one government member says work is ongoing on a compensation policy.
So when I move the policy, when I'm now watch the policy, but now I show you this again, right? That's now. We want to know watch this year, so. Now I'm going to touch Ireland. Can I tell you how uproar, you know? But him never raise no tax. Yeah, hear the people them all over the place. Watch this.
Thank you so much for staying with us. All Angles continues. Our focus this evening, property taxes. Now, before we hear what some property owners in Mandeville had to say, let's get some comments from our panel on what we've heard so far from members of the public. Mandy Duncan Price, let me start with you.
I think the segment was very powerful in hearing the personal experiences of people and their reactions to the very unexpected high increases to the property taxes. As you'd have seen, it is not that persons don't want to pay tax. I think that's a good sign about our maturity as a country, that people see the relevance of taxes. But the large increases, the onerous nature of them is the problem, and how it was implemented. And I think there's a lesson learned for us in governance about doing proper analysis of what proposed tax measures are, what they would be on different groupings, whether they're retired persons, low-income persons, inconsistent income persons like we saw, or even the middle class, so that government can really understand the impact and unintended consequences to make better policy. This is where the tax incidence analysis study would have been a useful tool for the government to have used within the Ministry of Finance before designing or before rolling out this tax package.
All right, we're going to come back to that, but Norman Grant, quick comments.
Yeah, but it was a very...
Oh, you have angles and everything. Seberka say I'm 200%. So you have the one of them thing about you still in the raise one tax in a budget. You see them and I hear that. Yeah? You don't see them and I hear that. You see what thing them have upward. Watch this. Watch this.
Informative session. I think what came across is that people were willing to pay tax, and which for me is a very important and game-changing move. But one of the commentators indicated that the government should have phased it in, and it just, for me, it's just a tax whose implementation has really gone very, very bad.
All right, we'll pick up that as well. Rose Vance.
Well, the last speaker, I think, said it all for me, summed it up. When he said, I'm Jamaican and the government cannot take my land. Right there and then, we see the desperation of a lot of Jamaicans out there in feeling threatened right now that what they have invested in, somewhere down the road, they might lose it. And that for me in itself is a no-no. And also that for me, as a Jamaican as well, I am also very fearful that one day if I cannot pay my property tax this year, then there are going to be arrears. And the arrears, they are going to build up over the years if my income doesn't increase.
Hold that thought for me. We'll come back to all of that. But first, let's go to Mandeville now. And some of the members of the public there were, if possible, even more outspoken.
Everybody move.
I have to laugh because those of us at my age and stage in life, we saw this coming when the promise of removing the income tax to the tune of 1.5 million. Fixed income persons like myself. My pension, I'm not ashamed to tell Jamaica, after 30-odd years in Ministry of Education, my pension comes at $50,000 a month. I am sure Mr. Holness or no other minister, whether of government, whether in opposition or not, they wouldn't be paying their helper $50,000 a month. They wouldn't have a helper. So what do they expect us to do? They haven't given us an increase. Neither side of the fence have given us an increase. I live in a townhouse. It was built in '96. Nothing has been done because you can't very well do anything much with a townhouse, except, of course, inside what you do. And it has moved. 5 years ago, it moved from $8,500 a year to $15,500 65 a year. And this new tax now has taken it to 25,500 a year.
Now it's a piece of shit. Piece of shit. I know Big Mama station in there, and you know, talk to Queenie. Go over there, so. Yes. I remember I know your father you talk to Ron, so yeah? Yeah. Yes. So I know your father you talk to Ron, so. Yeah, where a Big Mama lover and Queenie lover with you too. Yeah, keep on there, so yeah. I know Big Mama Ron, so. Keep on there, so. Yeah, man. Continue.
So that's an increase by over 10,000.
That's right.
Now, we've spoken to persons who say the increase is not as bad as persons let it seem. What's your reaction to that?
They obviously are not feeling it. They are like the persons who would have gone to the recent car show and purchased their Porsche or their whatever at 19.5 million and over. And I feel if there are Jamaicans in Jamaica, which we know there are, who can afford to buy that sort of car, by all means then pay the country for the fact that you can afford to buy that. Give the little man down there who probably, like me, may have taught some of these very people, but yet today our only legacy is to be held down. I have one suggestion to this country, to the government. When people get to 65, just give them some arsenic to drink and pay the families to bury them. Don't bother to let them go on for years, like me and my colleagues and others. Understand? To suffer like this.
Yeah.
And you're obviously very upset, Miss Allen. I can hear it. What does this mean for your budget?
Well, let me tell you how it affects me. My mammogram is due.
It is.
My dental appointment is due. I had one cataract done, so the other eye has to be done, but there's no money to do that.
Yes.
As for the gas, I only use my vehicle once a week. I go to church twice a week. I go to church, and like today you see me out, I list all the things I have to do today, and I do them. Then I go home and I park the vehicle.
If a person gets a high assessment, that person will complain. If a person gets a reasonable assessment, that person will speak more balance. Like me, you know, my property was valued at $2 million before. And they do a revaluation, and they told me that the valuation is $6 million now. I was paying $38,000 at $2 million value. Now I'm paying $50,000 at $6 million value. I don't have a problem with that.
For people who are on fixed incomes like myself, are severely impacted by it. I am responsible for 4 properties. Note I didn't say own, but I'm responsible for paying the taxes for them. And on an average, my taxes have gone up by, I would say, about 50%. In one case, there was a slight reduction. I can't figure out the percentage right now. However, my overall reaction is that as a civic-minded and patriotic Jamaican, like most of us are, we know that taxes are necessary to look after the business of the country. But this overwhelming increase, right, might have counterproductive impact on people's lives.
So remember, people, this is Andrew Holness government whenever increase no taxes with 10. I'm playing back with them as I say, you know. But these are the people them when them get up. Remember, I put it on the. Remember, in a golden Andrew administration, Bruce Golden. Remember, Charlotte come and put on a money upon the gas already, you know, for fix road and not use it, you know. It's still upon it. Then him come in and him tax the gas, the diesel and everything. Him tax the vehicle them. Him tax property tax. Him tax the tobacco and thing. Him tax insurance and tax electricity. After him tax the oil, we forgot there, you know, for using electricity, you know. Him tax electricity to itself. JPS. The man dangerous. Continue.
And the economy. Since the term phase it in was used in introducing the change, I think the indirect taxation could also have been phased in.
Let's speak to one property, or one of the 4 properties which you are responsible for. Tell me, how much were you paying and what are you paying now?
I was paying roughly $30,000 per year, and it has increased to 45, nearer to $50,000.
Before I close, we spoke with some persons earlier, and persons are saying the increase is not as bad. Persons are exaggerating and persons are making it seem worse than it really is for some persons. What do you say to that?
Those persons perhaps benefited from decreases. I can't believe anybody who was subject to the increases would make such a statement.
It is ridiculous. No, none of these politicians or these people who are doing the taxes, they don't think about senior citizen. Senior citizen, you know, the little pension you get in or so, you can hardly survive by the pension. And the groceries, the medication, everything is sky high, ridiculously high. Cannot cope. It's stressing me out. Me can't sleep at night time.
You're saying the price is ridiculous. Tell me how much you were paying last year and what is the amount you'll be paying this year.
It was 90,000 last year, which was very high because my children had to help me to pay it. And now it's gone up to 136,400. I can't afford that. My children, they have their own obligation and their family. They cannot help me.
And you're bothered by this. You're angry. What's your reaction? Are you angry? Are you sad? What's your reaction?
I'm angry. I'm sad. I'm disappointed. All of it. And with my age, I should be enjoying my old age. And now this is so stressful. I cannot sleep. Up to last night, I'm restless. I can't sleep. I'm thinking about it because next thing they eventually take away your place. And is my children help me to get it? I did not get it in Jamaica. And my children work abroad and help me to get it. And it's 2 jobs me always have to do. Into snow over there and now to come here. Jamaica never have nothing to offer. That's why we had to somebody help me out to go abroad. And I went abroad and was able with my children to procure to get this place. And now with this tax they heavily increase. It's bothering me now. My children are concerned. They're worried about me. It's tough.
I spoke to some persons this morning here in Mandeville, and they're saying that the increase is not as bad as persons are making it seem. You're obviously of a different view. Why?
Different view, honey. If it don't affect them, it affect me. It affect me personally and mentally. It affect me. So they must know somebody here because you know the corruption. And when people have connection, but me don't have no connection.
I know Jamaicans take pride in owning a piece of land. Okay? And for them to pay their just dues is okay. But this time, to me, it is exorbitant. For the number of years prior to now, I believe when it is done on a gradual basis, right, you does not feel it so hard as a heavy 200, 300 or 500% increase as it is now in some cases. So for me, it is strenuous. Even though you are asked to pay or given the privilege to pay 4 times per year, but it doesn't matter, you just pay it at the end of the year in full. So I'm asking and suggesting that it be looked into and some adjustments be made. Although, yes, I do know that the opportunity is there for you to appeal and such the like. But there again, I think it's a bit ill thought of at this time.
Tell me, Mr. Lynn, how much increase have you seen or are you seeing based on the records that you've went through?
All right. From memory, I can say that I have looked at about 4 so far, the bits of land. And I see a 220% increase in one. I see 300 plus in another. I can't say I see over 4. But from memory, I know some are over 200, some are over 300.
And these lands you speak of, where are they located?
Well, in Mandeville and in Christiana area, because I'm between both towns in the parish.
But we have persons complaining, saying this is very ridiculous and the government needs to roll it back. Do you agree with this?
Well, in cases, there's just to look at some, because in few cases, as I'm told, that there's a slight reduction. I've not gone through that yet. I've not experienced that yet. But the fact, as I've said before, reasonable taxes ought to be paid. And when it comes to land tax, to repeat, this is something that I say, those who own land, pay up, don't be a delinquent. When it is reasonable, pay. Right? Because that is what we know, that it is used, while it is used properly, to provide the amenities that we so seek, roads and water, etc.
Last year I paid 30,000. This year it's just under 40,000, 39 plus.
Now, tell me, Mr. Rowe, how do you feel about this increase?
Well, I feel very dissatisfied, and I speak for a lot of people that I've spoken to. There's a lot of people complaining, and in fact, there are people out there that just cannot afford it. If they couldn't afford it when it was less, how can they afford it now? You know.
No, why are you so upset? Why are you so angry about this increase? Why?
Well, number one, I'm a minister, as I said, of religion, and as you know, ministers didn't get a lot of pay. My pension is very small pension I got from our government, and you know.
All right, so see that.
Okay, let's go to
talk to me. I'm gonna talk to Mystic right now. Mystic, what about that?
Yes, my brother. First and foremost, I want to say big up to all the persons tuning in, right, in terms of, a platform that are always giving inspiring information and update and educating the people. Yes, Titan Ball.
Yes, man. Go ahead, the taxes, yeah. Well, Andrew, remember play something make me hear what Andrew just say. Andrew, go around and tell the people them this, him and him minions. Hear this. But allow me tell you, because we are sure them all it was an uproar. Because when we raise taxes, it's unbelievable. It go upon light, the gas, the electricity, the gas and everything, tobacco, the one of these things, them tax care, motor vehicle too, the license, the one of these things, insurance too. But yet still Andrew still go on and say 10 budget. And not even one new tax is not my word. Hear these people.
Amounting to somewhere in the region of 36 billion. Party has now put in place 10 budgets.
10 budgets.
And in those budgets, we have not placed any new taxes on the people of Jamaica. We have not placed any new taxes on the people of Jamaica.
So the one that's a lie. Me just trying to say a lie. Yes, Byron. You hear the man lie? Out of feed mouth, him not stop. Him get me upset all the time, brother. When him lie, so brother.
All right, then, you want now. When he said that, right, he has not implemented any new tax, right? He's part correct.
No, but yeah, I'm not correct now. No, yeah, I'm not correct now.
Hold on, let me just explain it now.
Yes. Yes.
All right. When he said he has not implemented any new tax.
Yes.
What is correct with simply means he has not put up a new name tax.
No, but him not. Hold on, brother. Hold on, me that say the same thing what you say, but me check it out. You say anything where you put up, so you have it in a parliament. All right, before you have something for $10, you have to withdraw that bill and tear it up, it completely gone. Then you apply the new one. So each time them come with a taxes plan, the same thing what them have is a new tax. So I lie him a tell. So I know the name taxes, because they want to come up with a name. What them call over the years when me just go check out, what them call new taxes, it's like you move something from $10. You can implement it and say, well, I move it like this, you have it. But them do again in the house, me say it the other day. Them have to repeal that. Them repeal it. Them move it, destroy that. Then them come up with them new thing. Because it have to be new thing, each time, So when them say no new taxes, a lie matter. Because me look it up in a brother. You understand? So, and like me have to say me have to pay a tax for a phone. So me have to pay a tax, but pin now is a new tax. No. You have to repeal this, and then you replace it with the new taxes where you have put up. So automatically inflate new taxes. When you play this, all right, me play this here, brother. Me play something and you hear it. Because me that's the same thing, and when me go check it out, hear this, brother. Hear this. Him too lie though.
Not spared. The Andrew Holness administration will be taking from Jamaicans as the government hunts for additional funds to plug a budget deficit of approximately $27.4 billion. On Thursday, Finance Minister Audley Shaw opened the 2017-2018 budget debate in Gordon House, but he was singing a tune most Jamaicans didn't want to hear, an array of new taxes.
Yeah. I got them kind of new taxes. So you have to repeat, you can't put the money upon where they did it before, you know. Because remember, you have to pass it. So you have to destroy it, you have to repeal it. You have to take it, move it. And then you come in with the new taxes or the new one and make it into law. So I like Andrew tell. So when we take it out, we say, okay, so it's not an item, a new item. Him know, as a politician, he might mislead us. You understand what I'm saying, Byron?
Okay.
Anything, you understand? So anything with them, all right. So if you have a shoes and you buy a shoes lace and it used to there for $1, you know they say, oh, may I move it to $1.50? No, you have to repeat it. So you come with your new taxes on it. You're going to $2 now. The same shoes are the same shoes lace, but they got. You understand now, Byron? So when that says a lie, I tell you, I mislead with. In every case, sit and if you listen, every radio station, TV station, them tell us a array of new taxes.
Finance Minister Audley Shaw opened the 2017-2018 budget debate in Gordon House, but he was singing a tune most Jamaicans didn't want to hear, an array of new taxes. Mr. Shaw announced a $13.5 billion tax package. The revenue measures are needed to replace the over $14 billion the government lost by giving a tax break to PAYE workers who earn up to $1.5 million annually. So where will the additional monies come from? The government's tax revenue measures include a special consumption tax on gasoline that will take effect on March 15. The government will also be taxing alcoholic beverages, which will yield $0.403 billion and takes effect on March 13. Meanwhile, the increase on gasoline ranges from 43 cents to $7.36. The new gas tax is expected to rake in approximately $7.5 billion.
Byron, is a new gas tax that, you know, I know the old one, you know. So then repeal it and replace it with the new one. That's how Parliament work. So we don't mislead ourselves and think so, no, it have the name, so maybe I have to go look for a stone and put it and tax it. No, at the same thing when they put new taxes, then put it on, but they have to repeal it and replace it. You understand? You understand, Byron? So a new taxes, the man then put on and talk about no new taxes in to stink. Yes, my brother.
All right. So, but if we are to apply common sense,
yes,
right, as it relates to Andrew Holness administration, right, and making a comparison of Portia Simpson administration, you will realize that Portia Simpson, right, operate on a $600 billion budget.
Yes, sir.
Right, between per period 2012 to 2016.
Yes.
However,
yes.
What we have seen that Andrew Holness, right, is operating on. Andrew Holness is operating his budget on a $1.3 trillion. So one must ask the question, okay, if Andrew Holness is going to operate on $1.3 trillion, where that extra money comes from? It has to come from increased taxes, right?
Yes.
And so then those increased taxes to push Andrew Holness' budget in a total of $1.3 trillion.
Of course.
Is absolutely making the difference as it relates to how expensive Andrew Holness' budget is. And so then that goes to more taxes for the people.
Of course.
With increased tax. So, all right. Put it this way.
Yes.
Let's make the people understand. Whatever word usage you want.
Yes.
In terms of define fiscal. So they want to say no new taxes.
Limatel.
Or you want to say increased taxes. The fact of the matter is that the working class will be paying more. And from once the working class will be paying more in taxes, it is considered new taxes for them. It is just that plain and simple.
Good. But what we tell you again, you know, when me check out my thing, Byron, when I say no new taxes, that's what we tell you, this man just lying in my idiot, you know. When you check it out, if you check out every government, at the same thing in a hospital, if a hospital fee, you put a new fee and new taxes, or you put some new taxes on it. You have to repeal the one with the day. You can't add it on the old one. Because the different government parts had somebody parts. So what you do, you destroy it. So none of that. So you have to replace it with the new one where you come in with. So when you matter about no new taxes, him just lie. Him just evil.
But apart from that,
yes.
Apart from that, remember that Andrew Holness, right, budget as it relates to $1.3 trillion.
Yeah.
What it does, you know, it reduce the populace purchasing power, you know.
Of course.
It reduces purchasing power because
yes.
when you have more taxes coming out of your salary or you pay, right, as a result of added inflation because of these taxes.
Yes.
It simply means that it reduces, right, each person purchasing power.
Of course.
Right, because the cost of living, right, is getting very high as a result of inflation.
Yes.
So then let us speak about the minimum wage.
Yes.
And that is one of the reasons why when you have a Portia Simpson minimum wage of $6,000 between 2012 to 2015, the Portia Simpson minimum wage could have purchased more items than what Andrew Holness minimum wage of $16,000 and $17,000 can purchase. If you compare both of them, you will realize although Andrew Holness so-called increased minimum wage, right? If you have to compare both of them between now and back then, what you can buy for $17,000 now is much less than what you could buy for $6,000 under the Portia Simpson administration minimum wage. And the reason for that, it is simply because the purchasing power, right, during Andrew Holness administration has reduced so significantly as a result of the high inflation. You understand that hitting the people as a result of the people them being overtaxed. Andrew Holness administration tax Jamaican people, I mean, extremely heavy.
Yeah, but what when the man say no, and him knows that some new taxes add on, so him mislead people. So when we look it up, I saw it add when you put tax, you know, add it, you know, like something there for $5, and then you just say, me I add $2 to it, and I saw it work. So that's why you have the paper. When you look on the paper, it show you repeal something and replace it. You understand? So it show you yes. So yes. Yeah, and this is what Andrew are going to tell people all the time, you know. No new taxes and things. Of course, you put on new taxes, better. If you stop it. And then, by the way, the property tax, they move something that every year them value it back and then them push it up. You understand?
All right, then hold on. One of the most significant tax that Andrew skillfully
them revamp it, yeah.
And then get billions of dollars. Remember when he moved the protection from the JPS kilowatt per hour from 350 kilowatt per hour per household usage, right? And reduce it to 150. Remember what he had done, you know, is to broaden the tax net, you know, for those people, you know.
Yes.
And that is going to see where JPS, right, maximize their profits. And the government benefit as well because the government has 19% in JPS, 19% shares in JPS. So what Andrew Holness had done was to now pressure the people, squeeze the people so tight, you understand, so that JPS, you understand, could make a bigger profit margin, and the government also enjoy a stake of that bigger profit margin, having 19% shares in a JPS. You understand? But it gets worse than that. It gets worse than that. As Andrew Holness administration progressed, Andrew Holness now moved the 150 megawatt usage protection to now zero. So that simply means that people don't enjoy that protect and the
No
wickedness
protection,
of it
none. Yes.
the wickedness of it now. Andrew Holness claiming that now he's moving the GCT under certain threshold. The fuck of the matter, it is more money again for JPS because JPS now, you understand, again, the second time that Andrew Holness done it is to know even wider and broaden the tax net. Simply means now the people of Jamaica, right, no longer have no form of protection under JPS. From once them turn on a light bulb, they will be paying for it. You understand? So it simply means that now what you have, what Andrew Holness cleverly done, is to have, whether you have 3.5 million people in Jamaica, and if you have, said, 2.5 out of that using electricity, every single person, and once you turn on your light bulb, you will be paying for it. You have no protection. You understand? Andrew Holness moved that. And again, you understand, increase JPS profit margin and also the government 19% shares. The government benefits from that sort of trickery. You understand? So there's no love for the people that Andrew Holness is demonstrating. It's pure wickedness and pure cruelty. And that is one of the reasons why, you understand, people need to understand the difference between democratic socialism and capitalism, particularly crony capitalism. Because what democratic socialism does is to create equal opportunity, within the country for everyone. You understand? And remove certain barriers. You understand? I deal with Michael Manley, Norman Manley, and Michael Manley had done that very much, and that is one of the reasons why them destroy democratic socialism. You understand? Because capitalism, as it relates to the neo-colonialists, they want to continue to live on the back of the masses. You understand, Master? So it's a very devastating situation as it relates to what Andrew Holness administration has been doing. So without Andrew Holness want to pretty it up in terms of, you understand, whatever words, word usage you want to use, right? The fact of the matter, under Andrew Holness administration, Jamaican pay much more taxes than under the People's National Party administration. And it is clear, Portia Simpson operates under a budget of 600 billion. Andrew Holness is operating on a budget of $1.3 trillion. Let us ask ourselves the question: do you think that man come from sky to make Andrew Holness operate a $1.3 trillion budget? Man not fall from sky, my brother. Somebody has to pay for it. Taxpayers have to pay for it. For Andrew Holness $1.3 trillion budget, it's taxpayers have to pay for it. And that is one of the reasons why when you have a devil valve, you understand that that belief that you can take $1.4 billion, right, out of taxpayers' money and go buy oil bus and put most of the money in their pocket. Devil valve has to pay for it because the money that they're spending, right, don't belong to them. It belongs to the taxpayers, and so then there are procedures and guidelines in terms of moving taxpayer money, and that is how the procurement procedures and guidelines comes in. You understand? That means you have a permanent secretary, right, and these permanent secretaries responsible for the expenditures of taxpayers' money. And have to ensure that, okay, if you are going to spend taxpayers' money, so you have to spend taxpayers' money within the guidelines and the principles of the procurement rule. And so then what Andrew Holness has done as a result of a democratic government is to manipulate these procurement rules and guidelines, you understand, through nepotism, cronyism, and skullduggery. And that is why we have over $3 trillion unaccounted for. So we are in a very serious situation, Jamaican people have to wise up to make sure that, you understand, Jamaica Labour Party, right, don't get away with all these crimes. And by so doing, they have to ensure that they vote in People's National Party. Of course. Put the exercise the head to ensure that we can hold these people accountable. Because if we make a mistake and allow Andrew Holness to continue, not only that Andrew Holness is going to get away with it wrong, you understand? He's going to extend on his wrongdoing, and that is dangerous. That's the dangerous premise that we are setting.
Of course.
So we have to emphasize, Wayne. You understand that?
Yes.
And I'm glad that you have, you understand, a program like, you know, Alone Summer, Mystic Sensation, and other programs out there. You understand, who are educating the people and breaking it down for the people. You understand? Because that is common sense, my brother. If you are in an old school, I'm going to start with them in a simple way, so the people them can understand. If you are in an old school, right, and said that old household, right, is operating on a said $100 budget, and that household is buying certain things within that $100 constrained budget. It simply means that if that household is going to add any more items to that, right, they're going to have to expand the budget. And in order to expand the budget, where that money is coming from is either the man for the household is either going to have to go and seek additional job to get that additional money, you understand, to deal with the additional expenses, right, in terms of what he's going to add to pay for it. So then when you see the expansion between a Portia Simpson budget and an Andrew Holness budget, Andrew Holness budget expand to $1.3 trillion. It's just like a simple household. You understand? Where Andrew Holness is going to get it from. It is more taxes that is going to be added.
Then brother, when you add, if you have a money and you add some money when you never done it before, no, add no new money that you add on it. So if you have a tax and you add on some other taxes, no new money, no new taxes that you add, it never did it before, brother. It wasn't. So Andrew just use some word where I eat that, you know. Like we don't have no sense and we don't crunch numbers. It can't mean no other new item. You understand? Him add new taxes and new money with the money. Eh? And new taxes you add on. But him tell him not do none, him go give it. You understand? And it don't make no sense. That means we not do maths. I remember Andrew them can't do maths. Remember them head dunce, you know. Them head dunce when it come to all them things there, you know, brother. You are add on new money, add on new taxes. And tax, you know, and it new. And money, it new. Yeah, new money, add on new tax. Yeah?
All right. You are now again. Your man, we get where you come, and you're correct.
The man I eat that, man.
And that's why I said to you, sir.
Yes.
That's why I said to you, sir. Regardless of whatever word usage you want to use to say, okay, all right, there is no new taxes as it relates to calling it a new name. You understand? But however you want to string it, there are new taxes.
But we're not allowing him to even do that. Him can't remember him like this right now, yesterday, last night, in the band they talk about him auntie and him great grandmother. Him great grandmother and auntie and him born in a hospital. Every day him change up something, I don't know, because him follow me up, you know. Him just say born in a one room already, I know two with him mother and father, one with him great grandmother, know him auntie involved and other people and him go over him, some go grow. So, and are your granny have you? And your mother? Why your mother have you and leave your granny as a baby? That don't look good. I'll be a foolish system and talk. Yes.
That's why the people don't believe what me I say, you know.
Yes.
Remember, some say that the only time Andrew will not tell him lie now is when time Andrew will not speaking. You know?
When him not speak.
People believe that truth now, like.
That's what better all in them brain, all in my think. The man just think and dream of like and start believing at them. Because this one is showing it documented, right? So them come up with a brand new the whole of taxes. The whole of the TV, them report it is there. And you just take up everything. Remember, it on all languages so the people, them, the whole of Jamaica up with it. Everything, a matter of fact, see me, at the pink piece, this may have shown it a while, you know. We're signing a line.
The 2017, 2018.
Yeah, may I show them this? But may I show them the video now when Mama Pia tell them, say, no, it's wrong. When the opposition, when things they come in, Peter Phillips, them rushing feet, the whole of them, everybody attack on it. And when them do bail it to the land taxes and thing, putting something that they continue to pay. Can remember when the taxes go on and I like it to come off, you know. You have to take it off. It not come off. So it just keep on rolling over and then it add up everything and go up, it go up. So when the man come at about no, this is bull crap.
Okay, but you're right. You're more than right, Wayne.
Yes.
Remember, if you have an you have an existing law.
Yes.
Right, and you are going to,
amend it. So you will have to move that, you know.
And you are going to amend it.
Yes.
You understand? It is going to be amendment to that law.
Of course.
Exactly.
I want you there.
So then,
and you upgrade this. Yes.
Yes. So that is going to consider to be a new law.
Yes.
You understand? Because it's a new amendment.
Yes.
Right? So it simply means that, okay, if just like they run out the car seat.
Yeah.
Right? Situation, and you know, that they realize now as a result of
we talk about it, yes.
Yes. They have to now take it back and try to amend it.
Yes.
You understand? Shape it better. You understand? And that consider now that as it relates to the newness of that, you understand, that means that law is going to function.
I'm going to tell you something now, brother. You just build the car seat up. So if a police want to have the malice and what have you, you can lock your feet and charge your feet, you know. It don't come off of the book. You have to take it off of the book. So when Markie G go there, them turn down film thing where I come with, because they know I give the credit, you know. Where I say, no, when I move this, boom, bam, see where we are. Them vote against it. You never get thrown on the floor. So them say, but it's still up on the book. Anything up on the book, a law, same way.
Yeah, man.
He doesn't want to get that, brother. I'll be an arms house and go attack, you know. Him.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah. Yeah, you're perfectly right.
You understand? Be arms house. And I know what them are telling me. Because we go school too, you know. And we crunch numbers and we are saying you add something to something, the new thing you add to it, man. You understand?
Yeah.
New money, new thing. You add new taxes to the thing and then you add a new tax that we never done it before. But no new taxes, but still new taxes are done. You know, just come on so by itself. Eh? And if they are so increase and everything and what have you. So even the both of them, when they come up in them, when they increase, remember, you know, and I like them come in the next last, so they must say everything in the net already. But each time they might increase the new taxes, they might push by you. Both JLP and PNP, if they might do tax already, they might reduce it. You this they might do this. But no, Andrew come out with this bad thing and talk about no new taxes, 10 budget. The man can't lie, man. It's documented.
But hold on.
Yeah.
When you say the man can't lie.
Well, I lie this thing.
Well, on the way, you have to understand the lies in the man DNA.
Yeah.
Andrew Holness can't help himself, you know. No, him honestly cannot help himself, you know. Andrew Holness is a narcissist. And so you understand that he's going to double down, you understand, because to him brain I tell him, say, him not wrong. You understand, even when he's ultimately wrong. You understand, and if you notice that is our narcissists always perish, you know, self-inflicted wound by themselves.
Yes.
You have to just allow them to eliminate themselves. Right? Now the thing about it, right, it is apparently clear. Jamaican people are not either.
Yes.
If Portia Simpson used to operate a $600 billion budget, you understand, between 2012 to 2015. Andrew Holness now they operate a budget between 2015. They operate a budget between 2016 to current, and his budget is $1.3 trillion.
Yes.
Which one can get the additional money from?
Yes, they never hear that, man.
That must increase taxes. So you understand?
Yes.
So him coming out
to get more money add new taxes. And it's there, it shows them add new taxes. It's there. The media house reported the one of them, both TV, just CV, and other media. And it's there. I'm have the pin. See the way it's different with tax increase, it mark. It does a tax increase. That is new taxes, it increase. What happened to Andrew Holness?
All right, I'm going to back up the argument.
Yes.
By using the economy. I'm going to back up the argument.
Yes.
As it relates to the question, where would Andrew Holness get additional money so that his budget can expand to $1.3 trillion? Now, we use economics now and deal with the situation.
Yes.
Now, remember that Jamaica You understand? As it relates to trading, right? Remember that Jamaica exportation bill, you understand, is 1.6 or 1.7.
Yes.
Remember our importation bill is $7 billion.
Yes.
But that goes to show you.
What's the deficit of 5 billion?
Exactly. So the deficit of the trade is 5.8 billion.
Yes.
So then people must utilize them common sense and know, okay, all right. When it comes to the trade-off as it relates to Jamaica economy, we are not leading in tax. You understand? So our debt, we are not even paying down our debt, Unless the Jamaican don't realize we are not paying down our debt, You know what we are doing? We are servicing our debt with roughly about $14.8 billion.
Yeah.
We are servicing the simply means that we are not moving the debt.
Yes.
We are only servicing the interest.
Yes.
And the debt. So we are not paying down the debt.
Yes.
You understand? So then, to the fact that we are not in a mode of manufacturing, we are a service industry.
Yes.
It simply means that we have to get into the mood of manufacturing so that now we are producing more.
Yes. Good economy. Yes, sir. Yes.
Exactly. You understand?
But Baron,
yeah.
When you read even this from all this are out of the measure, the House has been reminded of the policy commitment to shift the burden of taxation from the system of direct taxes to simplify system of indirect taxation. This will involve measures relating to the main index tax type, including general consumption tax and special consumption tax. It would also involve balancing consideration regarding tax rate increase.
Exactly.
Versus a progressive broadening of the tax base by reducing exemption. So it's an increase. So you know what increase mean. What happened to Andrew Holness, man? Oh, we know we don't know. Stop it, brother. And then them finger tax all over the place. Them increases, them add new taxes. See?
Remember,
yes.
The truth about the matter, Jamaica Labour Party administration has been far behind the 8 ball. And it relates with them. They are on what we call the analog politics. And don't even understand the thing jump from analog to digital. You understand? And so then that is what is beating them.
Yes.
Because when Holness can come out, you understand, and say these lies, he doesn't even aware that, okay, you have social media and you have people like us in social media who are going to fact check him and show the data, you understand? Yes. And show that, okay, here it is, the gross inconsistency in terms of what he's saying, and what he's saying is lying. You understand?
Yes,
and we can show people definitely that he is lying. So he's losing the reality of the political transition.
Yes.
You understand, from analog to digital. You understand? And this is where the Jamaica Labour Party administration get beaten. And let me show you why. To show you that they start that tactic in the analog politics. When you have a perennial Charles Jr.
Yes.
You understand? Make himself look stupid, extremely stupid, and a political debate where you have partially millions of people watching him on a political debate.
Yeah.
And he is going to say that the Jamaica Labour Party brought in 110 new buses. Everybody, I wonder if
110 new buses.
Everybody, I wonder now if Colonel Charles Jr. did take a drink of Jerry and nephew.
But the bus them not come neither. And the 110 a school bus, a all bus them a junk. You see my idiot?
I'm not trying to show the man them start a last in the analog politics.
Yes.
Because they don't realize the politics change. It's a digital age. And so then when you come out and tell the lie there, remember say the whole thing spread over social media and everybody keep their all about them. So how does he look? You understand? and that so I wonder to myself, no. I say, Markie George, overnight, we never know say Colonel Charles Jr. when they support the PNP, because the first respond to the question. You understand? Him give the People's National Party the win. Him look extremely stupid.
Yes.
You understand? And out of all the performers and the debate, you understand?
Yes.
The lawyer, the established lawyer, looked the worst because he was the worst in terms of his response. It is madness, craziness in terms of Colonel Charles Jr.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Knowing to the fact that these are all decommissioned buses, is still saying that, okay, the Jamaica Labour Party brought in 110 new buses. So you tell me now, which world Colonel Charles Jr. exists in? It's alternate reality. The man is totally in alternate reality.
Baron.
Yes.
The man them act more like a regime, like a North Korea or something. PMP act pan them soul mind. Them use to them conscience and things. So nobody know what nobody. You know, if you notice when PMP do them thing, Mama P in power, anybody, when you have a ministry, them no micromanage. Mama P no micromanage nobody. You understand? She do what she have to do, them do what them have to do, and them have them cabinet with them make a thing. Andrew know why you praise him like a King Janon. Serious to God. Andrew won the state government. And when them not realize, them put everything around Andrew, same like Siaga. You know, them put everything around Andrew. Andrew a patakat. He no look good. So you have to ask them, without Andrew want to survive, because Andrew can't survive this. Andrew not supposed to do right. So if that a phone leader wanna have him this with all this kind of flat, come on now. Wanna wake up. When you go what's that 18, we do not think. Them 6 to work in a Byron.
Yeah, definitely. Look.
Yeah.
I mean, as I'm saying, right? For anyone who want to support a GLP party, right, it has to be someone who definitely unlearned, totally oblivious, right, of the true history of the political history over the years relating to People's National Party and GLP. Anyone who centers around a narrative that both political parties are the same, obviously, you understand, lying. And so then people need to do their research, and they will understand that the People's National Party is a party for nation building.
Yes.
The amount of social programs that formulated over the political history from Norman Manley coming down, right, to Portia Simpson and even Mark Golden. And you see, this is one of the reasons why when we look on current leader Mark Golden, right, we see that current leader Mark Golden, you understand, being highly educated, you understand, a man of high integrity, right, a man of solid moral compass, a man who have strong, ethical principle. And when we say ethical principle, we look on the history of Mark Golden, right, in terms of Mark Golden's discipline. It's discipline that he had demonstrated even in the political process as it relates to signing the code of conduct and influence all members of his party to sign the code of conduct. We look and see where Mark Golden, you understand, work on the Integrity Commission bill, you understand, that is now passing law. Many people again, Wayne, don't know that of all the members of parliament, right, in the parliament, it is Mark Golden who has passed most of the legislation and work on most of the legislation, you understand? So then, what sort of doubt that you have about Mark Golden when you are using the man policies, you are using the man legislative works, you understand? So how can you say, you understand, any at all, that Mark Golden is unfit to lead when the entire country as it relates to anti-Holness administration is now using, you understand, more golden policies, right, to run the country. So you have to say the man is just a political idiot. I don't know how to...
In my punk, brother. In my punk. Let me play this with Mark Golding. Hear this. He does say using policy. See what Mark Golding say 2 years ago. And at this time around, we don't say, we put this and Mark Golding suggest this. Hear this. He does say it.
The income tax threshold to $3 million.
Move the income tax threshold to 3 million. Sir Mark Golding think this at 2023. Listen this.
Double the income tax threshold to $3 million. That recommendation to the government this evening as Jamaicans continue to struggle with the increased cost of living. The suggestion came from the People's National Party PNP at its 85th annual conference earlier today. Opposition leader and PNP President Mark Golding also outlined plans for a number of sectors, including education.
Our economy is not delivering prosperity for the majority of our people. For this government, prosperity is symbolized.
People want to take this as a mark. Just consider 85. If you want to check from 38, and you know how hear this. 85 or 2023. Right? Because 2028 will be, it's be 90. Right? Yeah, watch this.
As a donkey, it is their hee-haw way of delivering prosperity in this country. The JLP's jackass name prosperity is symbolic of the low-wage, low-tech, low-growth economy in which Jamaica is trapped.
Opposition leader Mark Golding criticizing the government for its handling of the economy. While acknowledging the reduction in the country's debt-to-GDP ratio, he argued that more should be done to help people given the high cost of living. Annual inflation as at July 2023 was 6.6%. In 2022, inflation went up to 11.8%. And so there was this suggestion.
It is also time to increase the income tax threshold from 1.5 million to at least 3 million.
And if them run go do, and I'm telling you, we increase threshold. At Sir Mark Wellington, them run with Byron. Listen again. Exactly. Listen this. I'm like my time stamp for sure, you know. Yeah,
to take account of the high levels of inflation since it was last reset 7 years ago and give a reasonable buffer for ongoing inflation, which is still a problem. And we're calling on the government to implement that increase.
The $3 million proposal is more than the 40% increase put forward by the PNP in May. That recommendation in May would have pushed the income tax threshold to 2.1 million.
The PNP tell them to put it at 40%, to put 2.1, even go and push that 3.
Just below a $2.2 million recommendation from trade unions and economists. Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark has promised to look at that recommendation.
So Nigel promised to look on it and him use it. And I hit me and run out and go, we move up Mark Golding thing. You hear that, Byron? Him promise to look on it and him use it, yes.
So we need to ask now which party is for the people.
Mark Golding thing them use and read. Yes.
We can break it down to the people. Maybe
yes.
Understand. What Mark Golding had done in terms of moving the income tax threshold from 1.5 to 3 million. We can break it down to the people so the people can understand. It simply means that for people who is making under 3 million per year, they will not pay those taxes as it relates to the income tax.
Yes.
You understand? So what Mark Golding has done is to increase what we call purchasing power, right?
Of those individuals, yes, of those masses.
All those people who are getting under 3 million will have more money, you understand, in them pocket. They will save more and can spend more. All right, we could just do something now as it relates to what Andrew Holness had done, as it relates so that people can understand. So when we talk about increase the income tax threshold, that is a drive and intention to increase purchasing power.
Yes.
So that the government is now giving back, you understand, several money, right, to the middle class. Not majority of the people who are working.
Yeah.
Right now, what is real? So that people can understand the very wickedness that Andrew Holness had done. So when Andrew Holness went into power and after Andrew Holness promised the people cheaper energy that people would pay cheaper on their light bill. What Andrew Holness had done, Andrew Holness had reduced right the protection the protection limit and kilowatt per usage, which was 350 kilowatt per usage. What that mean now to the people? I mean, like for household people, if you don't use 350 kilowatt, then you will not pay certain taxes.
Yes.
You understand? You're okay with that because you are under 350 kilowatt hours. What Andrew Holness had done now, Andrew Holness had reduced that to 150, which broadened the income tax net, the net. And so then now people have to pay because even as once you use 150 kilowatt, like so what Andrew Holness government is always doing and still continue to do, and that is one of the reasons why the PSOJ love Andrew Holness, because Andrew Holness government makes the PSOJ rich and the elite rich on the back of poor people.
All right, so hear this. You see, the 150 when they drop it to before you move it, at the first 100 kilowatt, you start pay the high price after that, you know. And 150, you know, 100. Because we used to pay the first 100, it show the lower thing. Then when you have the next, anything after, you pay the double digit thing, taxes on it. So they used to rob people, and now you move that. Now go that. This show you know, when Shah them raise the thing, remember them raise the oil and everything, remember it have run the electricity, you know, the current, you know, right? So him raise that, and him raise the light bill itself. Him raise everything one time, him put money on that, him raise the money for the gas, the oil on that. Yes.
We personally believe that Andrew Holness will have a plenty for the Jamaican people.
Him wicked man. A general man.
You understand that?
Yes.
The brother, and that's why Jamaican mustn't hesitate. You understand? So we drive a mandate and putting him in prison.
Of course,
Because remember, you know, all these allegations, we want to know, you understand, and have clarity around them, you know. And the only way we can have clarity around them is for Andrew Holness is to step away from the process and make the Integrity Commission investigators do their job. And that is why this general election now is very important, that if Andrew Holness even end up on losing seat, you understand, and the Jamaica Labour Party lose, because we know they are going to lose. The fact of the matter, Andrew Holness now will be staying out of the process in terms of hindering the Integrity Commission to do their work. And finally now, the Integrity Commission now will do their work in peace. You understand? And carry out the Integrity Commission mandate. He needs to put in the judiciary.
But Byron, no, Zara Burton do a piece for Andrew now. Andrew, the house where him live up in a Mona there, so when they live in a, and I talk about Finsack house, me no got nobody for Finsack house. It was a man placing by for 7 million. Finsack house right now value like 100 million. It's a Finsack thing him get. With them one know him get the deal. The man dangerous. I remember the vase them buy one to make a money and fight, you know. Remember you're a politician, other people could have buy, but when you're a politician, you don't know what go on. Because them start the meltdown, them start that thing from the 80s. But them benefit of fight. So when I'm house, where I'm still have a rent, you know, a Finsack house, you can get it for buy from, you understand? Get it for special price. Yes.
Then where think Andrew Holness, the Jamaica Labour Party, no want to release the Finsack report.
That's what it is.
People find it silly that okay, all right. If the Finsack report,
I talk about PMP, them that release it. Yes.
Yeah. If the Finsack report has the information to bring down the People's National Party.
It got a long time.
You think Antoine wouldn't use it?
In the use it.
You think Antoine
Then they run with it.
Eh?
You could have buy that.
The FinTech report bring them the entire Jamaica Labour Party.
Then they want to release it. Remember, you know, you spend around 100 million to this. And you don't want to release it. You spend some amount of money on crawl report. You don't release it now because the one of them dabbing at it. We have to move them out of office and we want to read it. Hey, you see when you see the thing with the destruction, brother. Hey.
Say the correct way again. You need to say the correct way.
Yes.
Them spend $100 million.
Yes, at that, yes. Them say. Because them chop the money there too, you know.
Exactly.
Them chop it, you're right, man. Them chop the money there. Because anything with them say them spend. Because I repeat. Yes. Yes.
You understand? Yes. So, because remember, you know, what we observe anti-honest administration been doing.
Yes.
And I kind of all the projects, if you notice, all the projects for them put out, you know, right? Always go over budgeted, you know.
Yes.
Do you understand? Always exceed budget, you know.
True.
But that is a way them use to rob the taxpayers.
Yes.
Do you understand? Giving them friend them contract. Do you understand? And then it's always over budgeted. You understand?
Yes.
And a breach of procurement rules and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And only for trillions of dollars being wrapped up by this administration. You know?
But by
the only way Jamaica can progress, you have to get them out. You have to get them out.
You remember when the PNP came to power, they make the opposition chair the committee, them, right? You know the money spent on them thing. They, you know, so, and to change that one of them at the head feet. They not make PNP chair the commission. At them. So these are the things now, the JLP are head for that. So nobody know the check and balances, they can't talk to them. You know, say that them do. Instead they put the opposition in place of that so them can ask the right question and them see things and ask and keep a balanced government. No! And them have 49 because them are criminal. Me and Mark Golden say I'm going to change it around and put it the right way back. Yeah.
And well, you see, and that is one of the situations that is related to why they are fighting, you know, in terms of not wanting the People's National Party, right, in power, because the amount of things that are going to be revealed.
Yes.
You understand that, sir? Because what we have, you know, you understand, we are looking at it and say, it is terrible, but we can guarantee you, Will, that if when the government change and we are doing deep dive and we are auditing all of the ministries, because all of the ministries right under these circumstances need to be audited as related to the amount of pilfering that took place. We will understand the true damage that is done, and that is one of the reasons why now Mark Golden, right, getting into power, right, Mark Golden's job is going to be a very difficult one that, you understand, a lot of investigation is going to take up much of what Mark Golden will be doing in terms of investigating the Jamaica Labour Party and making sure that, you understand, they have been disciplined. And if we need to see some properties, you understand, we see some properties and sell it and put it back in the government coffers. Right, so all of this are what they might try to avoid. All of this are what they might try to hide. And many people, when Damian Crawford said one by one they are going to jail, one by one they are going to, look here, and I'm not joking, you know, people might just laugh at it because Damian Crawford saying it's a political champion and they believe that, okay, it's true. It is very serious. When you have on the political champion and you have politicians coming out and, you know, speaking in terms of straight terms, right, and not using any form of metaphor that you can deduce through the metaphor that they are using. They are speaking to you straight in telling you that, look, the Jamaica Labour Party, right, is a kleptocratic government. You understand?
Yes.
It is because of the overwhelming evidence. You understand? Because remember, you know, within the political climate, everyone wants to be very much cautious and careful and be professional as much as they can be. And no one wants to expose themselves to lawsuits. But it is so now apparently clear as it relates to Andrew Holness himself, cannot defend himself. And so then people are seeing it, you understand, as what, they believe transpired as it relates to the level of corruption. Because when you have a prime minister now who's going to want to sell the narrative on a political campaign that, his wealth come as a result of him having 2 or 3 taxes. Then that people said, okay, all right, now it is now serious. This is now serious. Now it reaches a stage now which part people see that what you are saying, you understand?
Yes.
They know that you are lying, and they can 100% come out now and say, yes, you are a criminal. You understand? Because under no circumstances that you can use 2 taxes. You understand? You were able to generate over $470 million. You understand? So all of this are just madness. You understand? And people fully well know in Jamaica. Yes. You understand? That Andrew Holness is just simply a thief. And he cannot explain, you understand, his wealth. He can't. I remember now, from 1998 until now, if Andrew Holness cannot explain his wealth, you understand, over 10 years, you think he's going to be able to do it? Because he can't. He can't. The fuck of the matter, people need to wake up and understand that there is no justifiable explanation that Andrew Holness can use to explain his wealth. He can't, and after asking that, we are telling him he can't.
Because I'm Baron, if you tell the people if him explain him wealth to put him in a trouble, the same won't. He might try to trick people.
That's what.
Go ask the Genesis. He might try to trick people. I want like him, remember, and he might talk about it. He know exactly where money come from. Ask him to explain it, he can't. Yeah, he won't. Because if he explain it and tell the truth, it's a different kettle of fish that, so wow, how is Same now explain it. And Baron right, he can't. He can, but he can't. Because if he never explain him better, now Jamaica done with him completely. Same now we explain it.
Look here. If Andrew Holness try to explain his wealth,
yes.
Speak. Is going to sink Andrew Holness.
That's why I'm not going to do it.
He's going to sink the entire Jamaica Labour Party.
Yes, he's not going to do it.
The entire Jamaica Labour Party is going to be sunk.
Yeah.
Right? So, come, to never go left here now.
All right, sir. I'm going to beat them here on my bed. Thursday worries. Worries.
Listen.
All right, my brother, respect code. All right, so I'm going to finish you where Markie G has right. So hear this.
In the meantime, if the PNP forms the next government, Mr. Golding said they would end contract work for those working in full-time positions while revamping legislation for the employee share ownership plan.
And some of the JP went out with this up more with them at chat. This is from 2023, I hear them at time and this contract and them after Sir Markie, that's a good way you have them thing and listen them back, You understand? Because them went out with it after them talk. Continue.
More emphasis would also be placed on education and training, while the school feeding program would be expanded.
We can tell you about the school feeding program expanded. Damon Crawford talk about it and now the one they know Dora Dixon, Dora the Explorer Dixon. Yeah? Tumblebug. I went out with it. I went out with this. We're documented. Listen here.
Cannot accept what exists in education today, where over 30% of children leaving primary school cannot read and write, and around 50% don't have the basic number skills or comprehension skills. That is a recipe for underdevelopment, for backwardness, and for persistent poverty. Bond that, the PNP, not in that, we have to change that.
Regarding energy, Mr. Goulding said renewables would become a greater part of Jamaica's energy mix to help reduce the cost of electricity.
So when them see in the manifesto, or they never know with these things, about this come from where? It documented. I'm talking of one of the also documented, man, run up and down. That's why I'm sure Damien and show the bug in front of Damien, we know to Damien thing. But once the piece of paper where them put out, listen again.
Many families in Jamaica want to regularize their status as electricity consumers, but cannot afford the high cost of rewiring, inspection, and certification to do so. The next PNP government will introduce a major program to assist households to regularize their electricity consumption. And we will include, as part of the regularization process, the installation of solar panels at people's homes so that ongoing electricity usage of regularized customers is more affordable and also reduces Jamaica's carbon footprint.
When you hear, a good thing we have them thing here, you know. We draw it back, but we're going back to Holness now. Holness still has no new taxes. And when you add on new taxes, what they and you move and whatever, why you tell the people them foolishness for Holness? You never stop to lie. Stop it. 10 years, and I tell it was a thing that kick up in a Jamaica that everybody run out that all the land taxes and everything. But them I tell them what's more, them add on and what them have to do. Saying? But Holness I said this. Look here. Look on some of the taxes. Let me show you some of the taxes them are done. I'll show you this. See, look on this. So much percent of them on that, you know. Yeah? It's a motor vehicle, 20%. I'm a plate, I want to hear it. At the front of the thing. See the 20% motor vehicle license and allied fees. See it? Yeah. Yeah? All right, look here. Let me show you some of the things there. See that? Next show now look. All right. See some of the things them are increase. See the exercise, alcohol, and you so much money going on it. And so much money them are yield. See that? So much money them make in a billion. And see how sign it shop. But my plate, I want to hear my talk. So I have everything. See kilowatt hours where them reduce the 350 to 150. Per month, and so them add on that apply GCT 16.5%, group health insurance, increase special SCT and fuel. See there? And they give them 13.8 billion down at this, plus other thing. Look here. Look here. See him sign it there. Look here. See the paper here. See the motor vehicle thing them here. Taxi. Look here. Motor car taxi. Where you used to pay 7,700 for you have to pay 9,200. 7,700, 9,000, 12,000 from 10,005 to 2,000 had gone upon that from 24 to 28, from 36 to 5. So a lot of things, see, look at the CC, watch out. The motor vehicle them and the CC. There's so much money the man raised off for them here. See them here? Not my word. See them in front of one there, you know. See them here? Yeah, remember see them here? Motorcycle, 500cc. See everything the man push up. See them there? See the fees them here truck. 10,000, remember 7 pay for this now. 12,000, one for 18, Ghana 21. 18, 23, 20, 21. So when I see them for yourself. But yes, still them never raise no taxes. What I know? Trailer. 3 to 4, 5 to 6, 6, 7 to 8, 1, 8, 4 to 10, 10,001, 10, 1, 10,000 to 12, 12,000 to 15, 20 to 24, 20, 24. The whole of them then the different thing where them carry and everything. See that? Description, fees, PP and CC plate. Up to the plate, them did make money off of people. Nearly $500 per hour. 1,008 is around over 2,000 at that time too. Well, let's say them raise up everything. See them here? From 30 to 36,000. How about this? But yeah, personalized plate that. Renewal demonstration plate. So everything, look at the one of them are taxing the people. Tax. They may have them more tax man, but no, you taxes. But may I show you them in a full. See them over the new one, them are to the straight to the right. So the old one, them there so and see the new taxes. See them there? Them are the new one, and them are the old one. Yeah? See that? See them there? Certificate of fitness. Look here. Everything the man them push up. What is? Motor vehicle title fees. Everything go up on one thing. Look here. Other motor vehicle. So everything around there. Driver's license fee. So it did move from 2007 to 3. How much you now pay for them thing now? Who do they ever realize that them raise it pound at all? Eh? Look here. Duty free. Remember see this? Look here now. From 10 to 12. Look here. CC cars. Look there. 1 at the 5 and 10. Lean information. All the farm people. You remember you have to use a farm, you know. Them sell the farm to move it from $5 to $6. Traffic ticket collection. All right. See there? At the whole paper, see there? Look here. Ministry of Finance paper this. Yeah? All right. So me just show no the whole thing, the man them is a range of taxes by everything. But yet still Andrew only come out and still I tell you no, same no raise no new taxes. The man too lie. Time for no run him away. Him too lie. Everything them raise tax ban. Everything it there. Yeah? But no new taxes. And him say the government put on new taxes, raise new taxes over 38 billion, but them take it off. Them put it on. Say the PMP government. Him say it. Yeah. You see that though? Him say it. But this is how him did lie. I mean, I say, I have the thing that boy I tell too much lie. It was a big uproar. No, let me go to that one, you know. And then I go to my Uwi Mattress, because it's not easy. Look on the outside one, you know. Look on the one. Look on the one.
Anti-favor, and me buy one Pro Box, and money me I make now, and so thank you, anti-favor.
No, and this way, if she, them for Kella, one of their school there, you know. She, you know, she needs to go there, you know. Somebody have showed to she anti-favor, me buy one Pro Box, and money I make now. With what? If you say something up at the beginning of the year, and you want to give them $2 just yourself. And then in the beginning of the year, just snap April. In April, yourself. May, June, July, August. If you give somebody $2,000, you tell me say $8,000 could I buy a Pro Box and then somebody make money already. You tell me say $8,000 buy Pro Box and then I make money I fight already $8 grand. And remember the money get the money same time. So that's the $6 grand. Buy that money the Pro Box. Because the other day she talk about Pro Box, you know. And this man they are Pro Box. The other day she talk about this in April. Last year it was Ligel. So she there in April in a fair budget speech. And she get $2 grand for 3 years. 3 years. So $2 grand for 3 years. And when she say you have save with that thing there, 72,000. And you have buy a Pro Box. Now, this money where she talk to now, let me play like this. If them people are not sick in them head something around, remember, you know, just the budget just gone, you know, and them have to put that in and then before she start, you know, push out the little $2 grand. So take out me. Maybe this money got start get money June, July, and now August. This money have a Pro Box and I make money. Maybe they might collect $4 grand. and take it by a poor box. That's why she couldn't go on the debate. She alone can't go on a debate. At this time up front of we for a fine aunt. This time up front of it can a finance that and a finance minister this, you know. Fine aunt. Yeah, man, it's an aunt, this, you know. Yes, an aunt. Fine aunt. Yes. See? Fine aunt minister. You see dumb and fool. Hear this.
Started shouting, anti-favor, and me buy 1 Pro Box.
And look at people, the way she dumb. No, they want to get the money there yet. They may get maybe 4 grand. Remember April she not talking and that I've got sign out and thing, you know. So the money they might have run out June. So they may get the money at 2 grand June and next 2 grand July. Now August and then buy a program and then I make money. No, with that. She read half away. This money call to her and said, somebody call to her and say anti-favor. And she read. Look up on her, she read this. Look on where she read if I have her phone or something. If you just say this. This is how she lie. Yeah? She's stupid. She's dumb. Hey. Then people have to go in, man. Look how she read it. Look at her. Look at her.
And started shouting.
She look down now.
Anti-favor, and me buy 1 Pro Box.
Yeah.
And money me a make now. And so thank you, anti-favor.
Anti-favor. Nothing can, hey. Boy, she dumb, you know. Gaza citizens, the dumbest citizens never see. Well, only some a lot of them down there. Shall read her for that. But somebody tell her, oh, them if buy a Pro Box and you just say these things, ma'am. That means them use around 4 grand if they get a money for June and get something for July and a month yet. Because them more than give for a month. So they get something for June, because 2 grand, you know. And get something for July, then buy a Pro Box and I make money now. And money we make now. I don't know how you love, you know, them people are feeding and full on the bomb. Come off of my thing, my piece of shit, yo. Yes. I don't know how people listen to all them garbage. Hey, boy, see her tomorrow because she can't answer question, you know. She 100% garbage, you know. Garbage. Yes. Thanks. See? She 100% garbage. That make any sense? No money, no. I remember 72 can't buy the Pro Box. She'd have to wait till 3 years. But she come and tell me, say no. Somebody say anti-label. I get the Pro Box. I'm going to buy Pro Box and money I make now. And you thank and Joe. Them lie. Them stupid. Them for the school, man. Go away. All them do is work and try can people them to move. So hear this now. This is the attraction for the night now. Uwi Mattress. Remember drop Uwi Mattress. Remember put up new car. Uwi Mattress attack. Sir Mark Golden. It coming like she not hear Andrew only said live for long before he move out so in one of the Finsack home. And him still have it. I want to know how him get it. So remember Uwi Mattress. Mama put up Uwi Mattress there. See how see Uwi Mattress there, people. Yes. So yeah. So Uwi Mattress, Malawi Mattress. All right. So we can put up Uwi Mattress. Malawi Mattress. Make we hear Malawi Mattress I say. Yeah, hear this.
I want to tell Mark Golden that at no time can he stand in the shoes of Andrew Holness.
The man now wants to stand in them kind of corrupted criminal shoes there. And what she say? Or if you take a man like Mark Golden, I want him to stand up in an Andrew. Why? Why him to do that? Him to let down his mother and his father and his whole family. He now wants to stand up in Andrew's shoes. No way. Look on her face now. I ask her 2 questions. Hear this.
No time.
Hear that.
Nor can his team match our team.
Whose team? Where you have that team, look here. You know, hey, that's a throw me off. So, she, a Uwi Mattress. She have things to answer to, you know. Because she went out of place and I played $4.8 million when nobody now use the office. Friend and crony, you know. So she have things to answer. She not try to mash up the Constitution. She mash up you. She not try to mash up the Constitution or she mash up Uwi. Because she done Uwi, you know. Not me, so. Them up there tell me who did up there with she. So them tell me who and who. She and the next one for the next radio station, them done Uwi. Not my word. Say that not my word. You understand? We don't know what them done it to. If I'm maths or English or them a chat gibberish or what them a do up there, but them done up there. I won't repeat, them done up there. All right. See? Where she talk garbage. Here where she gonna enter out her mouth now. And by the way, we hear Audrey Marks come and talk about girlfriend and that with Bruce. When they stop, remember the man still married, you know, and two and a half man I said. By the way, one of my police brethren tell me them they stop Bruce and come when my prime minister leave him security thing and come the west. You did buck him down to come out one of them apartment. You never buck him down there. And then you him did come to. Can I have some police brethren talk to me, you know? I never you, right? All right. Me just ask, you know, because question make you ask me, I ask if I she. Yes. Because somebody make the man wife have to give some crackers and sardine when him love still, you know. Because them in there a story of something, you know. I never you. You Mattress, I know you. Eh? Your friend, you know, some have eagle around there, so you know. Yes. But me just ask a question to she. She can't talk to nobody, you know. She can't talk to nobody. She if you go away, I require this. I require she. And there is nobody who want to step in Andrew's shoes. Nobody. Them gonna stay poor and everything, but not in Andrew's shoes. Nobody not so crazy. None. Hear this.
So let me tell you something. I want Mark Golding, since he has made integrity an issue of this campaign, tell the people of Jamaica how you came to succeed in the seat that you are.
So all you mean I came to, look, sit down, you know. If me there, so all you mean I came to succeed in the seat of me there. Can be there in the highest seat if we go in a government, right? Me know that somebody in pay if you go in there, we say them run and who never even want to go in there, we shall talk about bullshit. That make any sense? Me not tell you say them stupid. Eh? Me know say Bruce take Andrew and put him there to talk about young people time. I mean, say Andrew take one and draw around him. We know a nastiness. We know say we a nastiness too. We not ask. We know say we a nastiness. We just not say it. Say it. This is one of the nastiness them. Continue.
What price did you pay? And
what price in pay for do what? When you say the man now, when you hear them food question, we shall talk. Hear this now, hear this.
You gain. I think it's only fair that you tell the people of Jamaica. We don't want to speculate. Tell us your role with FinSac.
So hold on. What do you mean by role in FinSac? Mark Golding of a company. And like anybody else. So you tell me you ask the role in a FinSac. Me sure Mark Golding never buy a FinSac house. Me sure Mark Golding was a liar. Me sure Mark Golding never in no politics at all. And Mark Golding company run by, when you see Mark Golding on the road, he might prove it run by people. He have real, them have real, you have employer and you have employee. So you understand? He have, yes. See? So they employ real people for running day-to-day business. We must hear one. Him not dead and the book pop. But Andrew only have shell companies. Him not have no employee. Yeah? He not have none. Yeah? See? He not have nothing. See, but you're still him rich more than everybody else. Him have dopey I work with him. Him have dopey I work with him. And some people out of space. And him have enough shell company too. And your Holness have the same house you have about Finsack. You have a report, 100 million report. Why you don't release it? Your piece of shit. Let me answer you. Why would you don't release the Finsack report? Because see what it say. If you're upboard, I don't know upboard and you can't take with taxpayers' money and you don't release Finsack report, you're nastiness, yo. Eh? You're a germs. That's why I say, hey, you know what people listen to, man? You will glad say you're gone to, you know. Up the glad say you're gone, man. But some people chat to it unbelievable to me, you know, me a real man, you know. See, but you not real. Boy, you not real, man. And by the way, go change your husband pampers too. You're too enough. When you leave him up there, if you make sure him change up on them thing there. Yes. You have to change your husband pampers. Yes, that look old man there. You see some of them young girls are married to some old man that are 50 and 60 and 70 years old and them are 200 years old, you know. Cause deadlift thing them love, you know. You know, right? Mash up some place and mash up some place and married to old man because they want to grab the loot. Them not different from some people in the government right now. How can I them grab the loot? Yeah. You be glad them get liberated when she leave. Yeah. You can't the one place when everybody fall up in a group of your name, them a call. That not good. You're not supposed to even a politics. Go away, man. It's an embarrassment. You see? She's an embarrassment. And they are chat of foolishness. An embarrassment, man. Eh? You can't believe that? But tell everyone, listen, Andrew Holness live in a Finsack house and a Delray Chuck cleared that in a 2020, what? 202? 201, a Delray Chuck cleared that. Look over it. Who is a goddamn disgrace. That's why you know they told the Finsack report. I mean, Andrew talk about, thank God me not judge nobody for no Finsack house. You didn't live in a one. And you was a member of parliament. That alone, unethical law. You say, man, get it for nothing, all right, not value more than 100 million. 7 million you get it for. And she attack about you and your shoes. You in a wallet, people lose their money and you collect. Andrew Holness. You in a cash plus, people lose their money and you collect. You in a SSL, people lose their money but you collect. And you the IC have, right now you have the IC code because them let you have got illicit enrichment. And you can't, because you know the truth about how you start your money. You cannot talk the truth about your money because you put to yourself. You cannot talk the truth about your money. We ask about the genesis and all. No. And I like him to know the truth, you know. He will not tell you the truth. But God love, he will not tell you the truth because if him tell you the truth, he might fling with everything where he have. So he will not. Yeah, him know the truth. That's a go on Airtel Life and taxi. Airtel Life and hey, move from front of me, my Uwi Mattress. Them to make sure dig you up with a little narcissism about integrity. Come tell me what a man do. Let me play that man. Let me play it. You know, no man. Let me play it, Sir Markie G. Hold on there. Hold on. I have to play Sir Markie G for you. You know, no man, you know. Yes. So I have to play Sir Markie G and tell me which part you talk about Mark Golden can fit in shoes and your Holness. You don't have dead man Mackenzie around you. Who dead man could have match? Who Terry Langton? Nobody know do what Terry Langton around there, so. Them not do what him do. No. Who you have around there for match? Andrew can't match nobody around there, sir. Andrew not scholar, no, you know. Tough tongue, him can't match Dr. Daz. I read doctor. Tough tongue a bad rice. Tough tongue a market me with a belt buckle. Him should have born, him not born blessed. Him have a belt buckle and carry it gone the war and video himself. Him a woman. And then a ball out and go like him a victim. Woman I use belt buckle pick her teeth and him video it. Them video it. Him big and work this. And look how much people there and tough are not supposed to be on the ballot box. You know. Him for go away, you know. Tough tongue for go away. Oh, they spread pain lies and rumors that set up propagandists. The one I want over there, so. Yes? One of them over there propagandists, you know. Yeah? Tough tongue shouldn't even over there. Yeah, shouldn't dead there. Tough tongue are the worst in the history of another story about the world. Oh, him for me. Tell me which one of the minister worthwhile. Flavor not, you know, she a fine aunt. Fine aunt. See? Andrew on this was Dr. Crab, the amount of dead upon film thing. Remember him now WikiLeaks, you know. Oh, you compare the people then. Where most of them are doctor and real liars and real this and real business people and everything. Well educated. Then I Scott Mott, they're liar. Just look for everybody over there, so. Yeah? We come at Neil, a doctor too. Dr. Daz, Dr. Campbell, I read Dr. Guy. They're Lisa Anna, I Miss World. And those shall retire now and I'm a businesswoman and everything. See, just look for the people them over there, so. Sir Mark Golden, I'm about to talk about Sir Mark Golden, you know. Let me give you something about Sir Mark Golden. Hold on there. Hold on. Now when I hear that, you know. Let me give you something about Mark Golden about walking our shoes. Oh, and for walking on them man shoes. Yeah, you're tired.
1965 in Kingston, Jamaica. He's the son of Professor Sir John Golding, Jamaica's first orthopedic surgeon. Markie Golding was born in 1965 in Kingston, Jamaica. He's the son of Professor Sir John Golding, Jamaica's first orthopedic surgeon, and Lady Patricia Golding, a career public servant. He attended Mona Prep and Campion College. He studied law at Oxford University and graduated with first-class honors. He also attended the Norman Manley Law School.
First-class honors, listen.
And he got the prize for the most outstanding student of the class of 1987 to 1989.
You know, now listen, from 87 to 89, the most outstanding student. And you want to put him at about him can't stand up. Remember you tongues, you shouldn't even be a judge. And nobody should have voted for you. Remember you mash up on your way. You destroy it. The integrity up on your way. You never know. You want other with the radio station, you know name Adan, you know. On the table. If you ever know some people talk about, you know yourself. Continue.
He got the Commonwealth Scholarship to the University of London for a master's degree in commercial and corporate law. He's married to Mrs. Sandra Golding and they have 3 children. He was called to the bar in 1990. He's partner in one of Jamaica's leading law firms, Hart Muirhead Fatto, since 1993.
Some of our law firm are partner with a law firm with them having. You hear it? You hear him up? And you talk about company, the man now go and go thief, but you talk about where you up with this. The man are not criminal. What you think I want to lead, I want to talk about I want to self? When I hear that, what's this?
He's consistently rated internationally as one of Jamaica's leading commercial lawyers. He's co-founder of Jamaica's first investment bank, Daring Bunting and Golding Limited, in 1992.
Yeah, that's the first one of them kind of investment bank there. You understand? Yeah, this.
Founder of Proven Investments Limited in 2010. He served as director for a number of leading companies in Jamaica, including Grace Kennedy, Bank of Nova Scotia Jamaica, Kingston Wharves, and DB&G. He served as director of Food for the Poor Jamaica. He's chairman of the Mona Rehabilitation Foundation, now called the Sir John Golding Rehab Center. He is president of the People's National Party and leader of opposition from November 2020 to present. Mark Golding was appointed to the Senate in September 2007 by the Most Honorable Portia Simpson Miller. He was Minister of Justice from 2012 to 2016. He was responsible for managing the 2012 to 2016 government's legislative program, and he championed numerous reforms to improve the efficiency of the justice system and strengthen human rights.
Because him deal with them laws and them thing. You know rough like him, because you don't know them put your constitution, you understand that. You're punk. Matter who. You put people, hey, you go away, you make people feed sardine and crackers. Married people, you go away.
In Jamaica. He has been a member of the National Executive Council, NEC, of the People's National Party from 2007 to the present. He has been a member of the Constituency Executive of South St. Andrew since 2008. He was Vice Chairman of South St. Andrew since 2011 to 2016 and became Chairman of South St. Andrew since July 2016. He served as Treasurer of the PNP from 2009 to 2012 and then in 2017 to 2018. He's been an executive committee of the PNP from 2009 to date. He has been opposition spokesperson for industry and commerce, justice, and finance and planning during his parliamentary career. He pioneered Jamaica's ganja law reform, for which he...
When we have the paper for travel right now, can get expunged and fly out and then go the fauna and the fauna family. Where them press members say them beat, them kill, jail kill Rasta, you know. Use back a trim them, you know, boss after that mash them up and lock them up, you know. Cause them real life. Them not believe in about, not believe in us, so no one trim them buster. Anything can with a Barnett Street for what I bought up in the cemetery. Yes. Eh? And who see when I run out for them out. And then I'm not about to know. Look at
has been internationally recognized. He's leader of opposition business in the Senate from 2016 to October 2017. He was chairman of the Public Accounts Committee of the House of Representatives from November 2017 to November 2020. And he's member of Parliament for South St. Andrew from November 2017 to the present.
When you see that, I don't see somebody that say, okay, yeah, man. Yes, saying, you see that? But walking in shoes, you can't compare Holness and Mark Walling. You have to feel me and go with all kind of thing, but questionable. Holness is questionable, and Holness is a questionable character. Holness is not the character neither. Holness just go away, you know. Yes? To go away. Want to throw out harder. So let me show you something. Let me show you something right now. This is Uno. Yeah, say film team can't come to your team with the team. When we look at all bushwhack them now, I'm look at Terry Langton, I'm look at some minister one of them, they're not minister. Bob the Kruger can't be a minister. Dead man Mackenzie shouldn't be a minister. Them people, neither honest. Fly Green shouldn't be a minister. Darrell Pumba own to be a minister. Let me show you something, boy, Uno. Can nobody not run pan this and you talk. Get to out that talk about integrity. Oh, you forget about talk about integrity, man. I'm not sick drunk customer about integrity. I'm not having integrity, man. This is about Uno, man. Let me give you something about Uno. Can a sick drunk customer, you know? Hey, take this. Take this.
Option timeline from 2010 to now. Take a seat and get comfortable.
When we make a timeline for the PNP, you know? Can't. So you say them not compare to Uno. Them can't compare to criminality. So the time, just one on the time like this, you not get more. Watch out.
This is gonna be a long one. October 2010. SCJ, Sugar Divestment, $43 million. March 2016. Montague, used car scandal.
I'm the chairman that. I'm the chairman. Me say let's go and leave because when you look at James Robertson, I'm going to straight fiber act Portia. Hey, we not go, man. I will not compare against the people them over here. So, Crawford the lecturer. Oh, Morris. Him too, him a lecturer too. Yeah, that Morris from lying. Just look over the PNP part and look at the kind of people, then we can just call them out. So you talk about compare. Then you can't compare decent people with criminal. That never work. I own this. I just show you Mark Walling. So on here.
car scandal in which 30 cars are still outstanding.
Look
Since
at this.
2012, this is valued at $100 million.
Yeah, there.
September 2016. Nepotism, spectrum management. Nepotism and cronyism. December 2016. Debushing scandal. $606 million improperly awarded right before parish council elections.
All right.
May 2017. Grant of milk powder license and 15 acres of Mombasa grass on personal property. August 2017. Convicted criminals, friends of board members granted gun licenses under questionable circumstances. September 2017. Junction Road. Over $1 billion Jamaican dollars of taxpayers' money has been spent. As of 2023, might have to be abandoned. June 2018. Petrojam Perimeter Fence. Petrojam Perimeter Fence was built for $96.8 million Jamaican dollars. August 2018. Derek Smith. Derek Smith 5-year consultancy contract at $7.5 million per year through 2022. Total $37,865,770 Jamaican dollars. Saturday, August 2018. Nepotism. Trevor Forrest resigned as board chairman following revelations that he had improperly intervened in the recruitment process at the Spectrum Management Authority, SMA. August 2018. SMA Constituency Secretary appointed to board. August 2018. USF, a JLP candidate for Portmore MP, hired her daughter and paid her $80,000 without qualifications. September 2018. Nasol, $12 million. November 2018. TEF scandal, $35 million for garbage bins. December 2018. PCJ, Auditor General Report, citing explicit acts of nepotism. March 2019. Petrojam, Wheatley, and Myrie, May 2019. Free Beach scandal, $13.5 million, property unsold, and beach given away. October 2019. CMU corruption, $50 million of school funds for personal use of Ruel Reid and Fritz Pinnock, $676.
I know they're not sending me, no. Them say they want me to stop talk and them a try let go real great. To me always a client. Be a them thing, them if you own them on the edge and I watch them. Them a make the time run out. The man will go straight to prison, you know. I can't go to prison now.
$6.8 million of unapproved salaries. Nepotism, cronyism. $122 million per annum for 4 officers. Traveling allowances for 119 students. $95.7 million. December 2019. RADA. 33 road contracts awarded without being sent to tender. $521 million. March 2020. Chairman Joseph Shuker authorized an $11.5 million payment to Willard Hilton, former MD of...
Remember Hilton don't a thing there. The transport. Where we have the little youth, the snake and be dancing up a film place. When them film wife and be a snake and be dancing and when you look at be people money. Remember Hilton, my man for burn out, man. All criminal, you know. Go ask again time about Hilton. And me tell you something about them, I be a criminal, them put up in a position, you know. The one with that peaker, you know. When you're winter, that the blue pill one there. We love take out thing, I take out my golden thing. We give them, got them plant him in them gone now. Nasty winter. Yes. Love going down take out him. That's a great laws, you know. Because although you might head the agency, when somebody go for them passport, that don't mean you have to access it. And you try to use and take information out and things. That alone a great last man to go to prison. You understand? You can't do that, it's wrong. You can't just take out people information and get same way them down there. Take the youth from in a man to go. And give them information and put up a name for Wanted Wednesday. I remember that you them nearly dead. Then go film. You know, say, look, you're doing it yourself. Be arms house them a do. We have to clean them. Continue. These are the criminal them are with. So this are just declare with them do. Let me continue.
JTA in March 2020, though he was terminated December 31st, 2019. June 2020, Vaz, Minister with Responsibility for Land and Environment, attempts to lease lands 7.7 acres bordering the protected Holywell National Forest Park in St. Andrew to build a private cabin for 25 years at $120,000 per annum. July 2020. Market Me contracts, not put out to tender totaling $55 million between December 2016 and June 2019.
Yes.
July 2020. J.C. Hutchinson. J.C. Hutchinson signed over 1,400 acres of Holland estate lands to romantic partner and son. Stripped of agriculture portfolio. November 2020. Dry Harbor mining deal. Andrew Holness overturns the NEPA decision to not give Bengal Mining Company. January 2021. UTC. Nepotism. 11 senior managers were found to be unqualified, and one employee's salary was raised 600% in 13 months without meeting the base qualifications. January 2021. UTC. One employee's salary raised 600% in 13 months. Employee did not meet base qualifications. March 2021. JCDC. Nepotism. Trevor Nairn awarded $15 million for gala celebrations. Procurement procedures were breached. September 2021. Nutrition products. Lanatoity. Nepotism. $143 million paid to companies and individuals connected to board members and management. 12 staff positions were not advertised, and 8 members did not have the proper qualifications. October 2021. NMIA, Cyprate HAJ, Site First Rock, $450 million, Cytoity. 2021, $450 million First Rock stock purchase. Hutchinson was a shareholder in First Rock Capital Holdings Limited while serving on the AAJ board when she voted in favor of the AAJ's investment and failed to recuse herself in keeping with the procedures of the board charter. October 2021.
You see that money there from AAJ to First Rock, and some friend them, you know, them did over cross between, you know, and go cross from First Rock. And when you look, them get a $3 million US. Again, tie. Let me tell you now again. The ego decide on him say, Andrew tell him to send over the money. And then I take the file him now. So him right now, me I repeat by word to word what him say, you know. Can him the ego there everywhere, you know. Yes. That's a $400 million, you know. Plus them put them on stock market, you know. And right now them can't say nothing. Hey, you have some people that farm and have the money and a beer washing and beer sitting, you know. We have to get them out of the place. It's a must. Them need to get vote out and we have to investigate them. Yeah, man. Continue.
JCTE scandal. $124 million. Permanent Secretary Grace McLean Montague. Nepotism and cronyism. JRC Railway Corporation. Board member made head of HR. November 2021. Clarendon Alumina Production.
Yeah.
Belizean company got a 6-month contract which was renewed 5 times for $225,000. November 2021. Jamaica Customs Agency. $664.24 million in arrears for 3 private bonded warehouses. December 2021. Heart Trust, NTA. Staff retreat to Moon Palace for $5.6 million. February 2022. TPD Co. AG report also found that there was no evidence that TPDCO had conducted feasibility studies nor risk assessments for 11 projects at total cost of 478 million Jamaican dollars. March 2022.
You remember who that TD, white man, you remember say, Apocalypse, you know, what they call some other place. I think they did it, you know, around that, but he must seen a strategy and I think in the day, so, you know, and cut up the raft them. Continue.
MOHW, $13 million spent to retrofit a hotel that was used for COVID for 1 year. May 2022, TPD.co AG report exposed that 8 members of staff unqualified for roles with salaries amounting to 31.3 million Jamaican dollars. July 2022, NSWM AA for $5.5 billion spent over the last 5 years to third parties for work projects, but no procedures to ensure work was done.
Nothing. Over 5, that means over $1 billion a year, over 5 years. 5.8 billion. Them just scrape money.
August 2022, Kamina Johnson Smith, GSC campaign, government expenditure of $43.9 million. MOWH, cronyism. March 2022, absence of formal contracts valued over $400 million. November 2022, transfer of $174 million to MLCD, an NSWMA, and an NGO, but did not implement measures to track the utilization of the funds disbursed. November 2022. NGO spent $14 million of the $20 million it received on activities unrelated to COVID-19 emergency. Grand total, $6,314,200,000,000 Jamaican dollars. October 2022. J.C. Hutchinson, conflict of interest and second nepotism charge. His influence in the award of state contracts to a company owned by his son. November 2022. Green Acres Police Station. $73 million spent to construct Green Acres Police Station.
People, all the money there impossible money, you know. Because the police station, they have a 4 wall go up. You put it, remember me do construction. My father built school and built things, you know. My father built place of furniture, you know. See? Father was a contractor too, was a police lead that and good contractor too. In the 70s, I built school. I built a lot of places too. We work on a lot of places. We work on not me and my brother, them work on a lot of places too. But you know, when I there for us book back, blown on and said, we are talking about me and the business. This is a foolishness. You build a police station, a 4 wall, just 4 square wall go. When you think about the partition where you're dropping, it can't value them money there. It cannot. Yeah? 70 million. It not value them money there. Plus, them have to spend the next around the same thing now to fix that because them build it on some flood land where Big Mama reside. Eh? All of this are foolishness. You know, talk about the world president, they do much island thing, talk about just the fencing and nearly 100 million. So if you talk about that too. Yes, so enough more than we're not talking about. Continue.
Flood-prone lands. December 2022. NCRA boss intervenes and releases detained shipments of substandard rice imported by company owned by Chris Tufton. January 2023. SSL scandal. 200 accounts hit, exceeding $30 million in fraud. February 2023. Westcon contracts.
But you think about it bad, you know. People have the money, you can eat a father and your friend. The cars with them, I know no police, them say hello. But get a you to pick little Aki and then you go to prison for it. Over 30 more than that missing, and I know. When you look at the red vase, daughter end up with the place. She gets it as a gift from her father. When the oligarch them have it, them claim to the oligarch sell it. Him not moving up, but sell it to the man there. And the red vase, daughter-in-law, father. And then turn on a parent. That alone spooky, that don't make no sense. Oh, me have a building where I do my business. And then me sell Mr. G. I'm not moving and I do my business. And then turn on a pay him back the same money. Out of the money. Till when me wrap it up. That means me not give it to you. Because me have pay you, and me have pay, that means more than 2-3 million a year. That means if you wrap up too much here, me I give back most of the money when me take from you. Me I give you the money. That don't even make no sense. And maybe that's around 10 million a year. Around 10 million, around 2 or 3 million a month. That's around 30 million or something a year. That don't make no sense. From 2013 to 2023. You know, kick over 200 million and you're still around that them sort of thing value. So why will I give you the place free? Come in and just take your money and I pay you back. I pay you like 30 million per year. That means I just give you back the money. That makes sense too, no? Because them sell the place for around 300 million. Just steal the girl father. Oh, we don't know the father, they're going to get the money there from. We don't know him as a businessman or nothing about it. They answer to it. Hey, me like ask question. You know? I don't care. I ask another question. And that no look good. And them just wind it up and go like, no, go on. And I pose up with the same Andrew Holness. And just go away, you know, alongside it name, you know. And just go away, man. Eh? The same Andrew Holness. Can you imagine one man naming everything so? Eh? And I talk about one bag of things, and yet still everything with the IC about him give them the question, them when them ask him a thing when him submit, but through them not stupid. Them are critical thinkers and them are professional. Him go there and talk about him put another 3 taxi in one. No him there so taxi, a 2 taxi him start from. Him don't remember where I'm saying because I lie.
PM Holness, Conflict of Interest Probe,
Yeah.
May 2023. FCJ, Nepotism and Cronyism. Minister of State Xavier Maine engaged by FCJ for private legal services in acquisition of 200 acres of land from the UDC at Caymanas Estate. November 2023.
Yeah.
Holness statutory. Declarations to Integrity Commission not yet certified and gazetted 2021 and 2022. March 2000.
And she want to compare man going with Holness for shoes.
2024, TAJ forks out nearly $400 million to lease buildings it's yet to occupy after 3 years. September 2024. FID referral. PM Holness's uncertified statutory declarations, 2019 to 2022. December 2024. Building permit scandal. April 2025. $31 million drill scandal. June 2025. FID appointment. Appointment of Dennis Chung as FID Chief Technical Director. June 2025. FCJ JLP Counselor referred for prosecution. July 2025. Old School Bus Saga.
You can't believe this? One by one. Because I show you something, because one by one, them figure, them have figure. One by one. This is one, eh? One administration. And all the while them get up and compete. And I tell about this administration and who can compete against them and who are what. Them hear that. Eh? Compete against what? Eh? Them out of that. Hear that one, yeah? Hear this.
Holness want to tell me that 2 taxi made him a billionaire.
Hear him now.
And we never take none of them taxi there yet.
I buy 2 taxi, then I open a taxi company. I buy 2 taxi, then I open a taxi company. I buy 2 taxi, then I open a taxi company.
Brother, and this can, listen, the amount of man I drive taxi for your long. You know, every week, you have 2 taxi that you can't remember 3 are all in a taxi now, but say 4. Say you have 4 seats, and then they call in when they get them money there. And that's a taxi run. Taxi can't make them kind of money there. Taxi don't run like that. If every owner right now they have like 10,000 taxi each. A man give a man a taxi for drive and keep and care and can't go nowhere from this, so I'm have to take in care, go sell it or do something. See? The taxi man, them just night for just balance themselves. And like a man have 1 car, man, you look him have 100 car by this or something. Every man that reach out of that now. Every man. Yeah? Some man drive it for 20 years, 30 years. You know, buy 2 taxi. And then the taxi service on them dildo. You just put an INS a dildo. Dildo, if you talk about a taxi service there, a big Mama and Queenie use them kind of service there, and Giles Davis and Fisher Less them and Terrell and Tongue and Patrick Hill them. We know them for them taxi a dildo. Yes. Taxi, dildo. But you never have no taxi name dildo. None. Whatever. You might have put it on paper, but it never exists. It never exists. You have on time, you have a different sunshine from the one you talk about, but hand time most people use and them have some other little cap. That never exists, brother. You can, people, let me tell you what you do. You are investigating. Them have the old phone book still, because they know that's nothing. Go look in it if you say the taxi term with name, have them name the way you put up. And them number. Yes. You can Google it, you can go look on it. Just go back on 90 and put taxi and every taxi name and save them up the name. Then just go and register. These are those shell company. Never in operation. No good that. In a 98, him say man money to him from around January, how much millions of money. Me ask him what the Genesis. Can't have a beginning now, Genesis. Yeah? Him got a revelation, man. He might reveal something, but he not reveal the right thing. See? Me ask him where the money come from. You think him don't know where him getting money from? If now, what tell me, because he tell me now, it might have turn over too much things. So him just a bill as him go along. You buy 2 taxis. You know where I'm putting that? Look, read Craig thing there. Affidavit. Craig Beresford. Affidavit. A 3 carry him start from him, 3 buy. Then we are going to ask him where you get the money from to buy the car because we're not sitting alone or nothing. You know, people struggle for buy vehicle. They never have the money for married, you know. I remember in January you had the money, but remember July you're married between your wife, birthday were the 16th and you're enjoying the 22nd. So you're married right there. So I have a married picture of some about you too. Let me say me have it. I throw it out on my phone. Me have it, man. Me have it. Let me say me throw it out somewhere just now. Me draw it out. Me soon draw it up and show it. Me have a picture though. Me have it. See? I have when you're old student one. You're 96, 97, you're married, but by January now you're earning much million and all this, that is bullshit. But tell a little baby who don't born that, they might call. If you tell a little baby who born, they might tell you say, yo, them that run away. Baby who can't talk. Because that sounds so stupid. This way I talk as a foolish is honest. Believe, take it from me. This is garbage. This don't make no sense. And when I say no make no sense, it don't make no sense at all. Let me play this. This make better sense. You can't buy no 2 no taxi and do one when you start. Don't make no sense. So I'm going to play something for you, brother. Let me play something for us keep on your mind and make you feel relaxed. Better listen to this, brother.
Leaders are nothing but puppets of greed, obsessed with lining their own pockets. They prioritize profits over people, leaving citizens to suffer under their callous, self-serving policies. Their decisions are driven by financial gain, not the welfare of the communities they should protect. The cries for justice, equality, and basic human rights fall on deaf ears as they cater to the interests of the wealthy elite. It's time to expose their true motives and demand leaders who genuinely care about the people, not just the money. The era of corrupt, money-hungry leadership must end.
Well, listen, I agree with me. Hey, let me get an extra clip. You know, I agree with my clip. Let me get one more clip, you know. Yeah? If you don't agree with that clip, let me get an next clip. You know what, the next one? I remember me not the tabloid one, you know. You know, just say you don't want one more clip, no, man, because a 3 hours a copy, you know. Watch this.
Uno go into jail, one by uno go into one by one, uno go into jail, one by uno go into one by one, uno go into jail, one by uno go into.
Hot? Well, on the man, 100 full. Hot? What you said? I want your body now. Hot? When I get this yet? Don't forget that I'm running on TikTok long time. I'm not getting it.
One by one, Uno going to jail. One by Uno going to. One by one, Uno going to jail. One by Uno going to. One by one, Uno going to jail. One by Uno going to.
No man, Will, I want your bad man.
One by one, Uno going to jail. One by Uno going to. One by one, Uno going to jail. One by Uno going to. One by one, Uno going to jail. One by Uno going to.
One by one. I don't know it that in a one by one. Yes, I don't know where some man got them one by one, get and boy. See, I don't know it that one by one. Yeah? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Go down on money when we wait for a block wax stone, you know? Yeah, man. Got them one by one, get them one by one, them going to jail. A 3 by 3 if you send them. 3 by 3 you send them in. 3 by, if you send them. 3 by 3 if you send them in. Yes, man. Yes? All right, so tomorrow morning, them have a press conference today, you know, with Sir Golden. But you know, we now mix up press conference with them bungles. You understand? Them bungles. So here this now, yes. When you put up this, you know, you get flush. Yeah, you can't be a Jamaica vice. You can't listen. You can't have backward and kind of say no vice of Jamaica. We not support that here. Yes. Ladies, you don't protect your egg. You can't do it's not moral here. Yeah, get away. Your nastiness, get away. You know where I get flush. Yeah. Yeah, where's the way? Eat it in a piece. Yeah, man, you know what said me I can flush that. So we have to flush it. Now we're going to show the press briefing tomorrow, you know, it's a must. And then we have some other thing for I'm going to knock them until it then tomorrow. Now I'm going to say nothing else. But remember this. No man, just not me no man. WhatsApp no man. I get the video man. We give them man. We have them and I want to have them man. See, me have them man. Me have them. See? No, we are not them too. But anytime when you hear Andrew come out and PMP when them come out, the whole I want to start show them thing that will be just showing up. When they can't put them in the shots. Yes. Show them how Andrew lie. Cam lie bad. No new taxes. And him give back taxes. So I say, oh, I print money that not go to the economy, brother. That I mash up the economy. No go so. You run down the economy. You mash up the tough tongue, desecrate the system. We don't have none. Then them come up with bogus stats. Say repair 100. Hey, can you imagine tough tongue? I repair 100 and add for 3.8 billion. You know, see my cut the ribbon. Forget take credit. Yes, still we don't have nothing at the hospital. Yes, still we get travel advisory. That makes sense. Yes, still we don't have no doctor and no nurses. We check it out already, I like what. But this time, like, can you understand? Said easily checked, right? No, tough tongue. You see the internet? It make the world smaller right now. Everything intertwined. Yes, easy. So for me, call a brethren, you know, anywhere at all around the world, boom, bam, bam, I cannot call and I look upon them. Like how people all over the world now watch me. The world intertwined. We couldn't do this back in the days. For JBC broadcast, and them have to come out to that big van and push up something way up to the year. If them have outside broadcast, no different. We just go live. Our broadcast to the world. Simple like that. Put. See? When you thought these things, we just send on video, all kind of little thing and it embarrass you. You need to stop it. And when you come out with things, you know, say you can document it. Like how Andrew Holness come tell you lie with the police station. But you cut that already alive. But we know say couldn't do so much police station. Them we just stop the lie thing, man. Remember me all of them all right, let me tell you something. Up to the list. Me see all the list with the police who are going to vote. Me have it. Master, me have it. Me have it. Me see everything, you know. Me, nothing right for me, you know. And me, listen. Look. See all this? Remember me now move. No, what is? You can't. Here's the one song. Come on, I'm going to play some tune. You don't want to kick off. It's still like, you know, you hear the tune? Well, select up, you know. Say, you have the master list. This when them tell lie, me can't tell them say the police matter about what be up. This and that bullshit. Bull crap. You see? We don't do tabloid, we do investigative journalism. And everything I do on this, when them do them just be a face and I tell people one bag of lies. And children like that to have to rub them out. Here, me don't talk. Come on, you know. Man, I go eat some food and feel that I'll play 2 tune car. You see me think them setting up. The thing, yeah man, yeah. Yes, them set. So come like I'm gonna play 2 tune and cool out my brains here. Andrew 2 live. I'm on it. I'm out.
We are beat it till the hammer burn. We now make them get in on them and again. None of them boy that we none of them. We in lump sum we are beat it till the hammer burn. We now make them get in on them and again. None of them boy that we none of them. We alone some rise up the bomb and do.
We keep like the government of a country. It's the servants protect the people of that country, not to put their life in misery. You understand me, Luciano? What else, man?
Government, stop pressuring the poor.
Oppression.
Politicians, your judgment coming for sure.
Serious
it's a government in your regiment. Stop pressuring the poor.
We can't take it no more,
Politicians, your judgment coming for sure.
Yo, politicians, for the evilest mission, who know we blame. Too money and power and fame. We're gonna find up the youth, them really down the lane. Give them big gun and brainwash them.